It's Operation Babble with Myke Shrews. It's pop culture, music, movies, TV too. It's time to explore life. It's Operation Babble time.
Hey, hello, boys. Hey, Myke.
What?
Have you finished Lord of the Rings yet?
No.
You piece of shit.
But I did watch The Babysitter 2. It's a fun film, by the way. Just so people understand, it's a fun film.
My disappointment is just growing inside.
So what's up?
I don't know. You're the host. You tell me.
I started watching this show last night, and the first whole episode was so boring. I don't even know why we turned the second episode on. I think we just wanted to see if something would happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, not much happened in the second episode until like the last 20-30 seconds of the episode. So I'm not sure if we're going to finish the series. It's only 7 episodes, though. It's a limited series on Netflix called The Island.
like the eyeball, like your eyes, like you can see
like it. Like iPhone.
Oh, that's lame. I was hoping it was like an island just made up of eyes.
No. So it's interesting. They've already introduced rape and victim culture and everything else within the first 2 episodes.
Whoa.
So I'm like, okay. Oh, and murder apparently too now. So
well, I mean, I feel like you
and shark attacks. So animal abuse towards humans, I guess.
Wait, what is that a thing?
I don't know.
If anything, we would say that's revenge for zoos.
Yeah. So it's been interesting. In only 80 minutes, I'm already like, what's gonna happen? But then the last like few seconds of the second episode, they get you, and I was like, damn it! Now I want to know where it's gonna go. Like, even if it's like already
that's how they do it, man.
So I assume it's like a prison thing is what I'm going for. So we'll see, because they all end up on this island, and they're all like spread out equally on the island. They all have an item next to their body, and they all have like a dress type shirt on, a white dress shirt on with their name that happens to be in the name tag area, I guess would be it. And as soon as I saw that, I was like,
they could be football players. Don't they do that with jerseys? They put their names on the back, right?
No, in the tag.
Oh, in tag, gotcha.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they do that in prison, so this must be a prison. But that's just me.
I was gonna say, why? Yeah, a little bit.
Speaking of overthinking things,
oh no.
Tivis shared something on Facebook the other day about RoboCop.
This could be anything.
Was it his nudes?
It was RoboCop. It was the RoboCop.
Oh yeah.
The RoboCop. They want to make
a RoboCop with this prequel. A RoboCop prequel.
Yeah.
What do you think the title would be?
No Cop.
Nobocop. I actually have a theory though.
What?
I think they're gonna call it OCP because they're gonna try and form their own version of Gotham, like when you watch Detroit like fall into ruin.
It's exactly what I said in the comments to Tivis, and then I explained how it could work, and Tivis is like, "Yeah, that's probably better than anything they'll come up with."
Yeah, he gave a pretty good like a good plot that I actually would be interested in watching, and I guarantee they're not going to deliver.
Well, it would just be like corrupt business tycoons and corrupt cops working together while you have.
So they're gonna make the guy
some good people. Yeah.
They're gonna make the guy Donald Trump because they're doing that in Wonder Woman too as well. So why not make the OCP guy like Donald Trump? And that's
hey.
That's
Elon
what they're
Musk's,
going to do.
Elon
because
Musk is alive
creative.
too.
Yeah, but Elon Musk isn't the devil incarnate like
I
some
just-
other business
Whoa.
people.
Whoa,
I'm
calm
not
down.
saying a specific
Calm
business people. I'm
down,
saying like there's a lot
Jesus.
worse business people out
Fucking
there.
hell, man.
Oh my goodness! Like
I could drop both barrels. Damn.
I just don't know. Who would be the like? Are we gonna get a prototype Ed? Are we gonna see the origin of the dude who gets shot in the crotch? What are they gonna do?
I would watch
know.
that. For all we know, he had like 2 kids, and the reason why he was mugging people is because he had to pay child support.
You ever I think it's a College Humor skit of what is it, Henchman is what it's called, but it's
okay.
this dude just trying to earn money working for these different villains in Gotham, and Batman just showing up beating the crap out of him. At the end of it, he's in his house. He moves to Metropolis to get away, and they get a call about a parking ticket fine, and Batman's there. And he's just, criminal.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's funny. Well, all right. I pulled it up here. What I said for the what is it? It's like a prequel, a RoboCop prequel.
There it is.
I said in theory you could do an OCP story, which John, you said OCP.
You know me.
But it turns out that OCP is the real reason Detroit goes bankrupt. Like it's like a thing that they purposely do so that they can do Delta City.
Disney,
of
it's
course,
Disney.
right? Creating an opening for them to come in and buy it and privatize security and all that fun shit as the overarching story, as a great commentary to big corporations. And every few episodes could be about the various experiments and robotics they do create. Failed attempts and devious killings as commentary to our government as a whole. Then on the police side, we see the corruption within the police force and the citizens starting to lose trust as a light social commentary to the police state that we're in right now. And we also get to see Lewis. Is it Lewis or Lois? I always forget. It's Lewis.
Like Lois
is Batman.
Lane?
It's Lewis. Lewis is the girl from the original RoboCop series.
Okay.
And we also get to see Lewis start out as a young, straight from the academy cop and grows into the woman that we see her as. But even the shit that she had to go through as a woman in the police force, and I would make this a late 70s, early 80s period piece type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, okay, damn, now I want to watch this show. But they're never going to make that.
I mean, it'd be fine.
Unless it's on HBO. HBO might do that.
What I was gonna say, it's essentially. It sounds like what Almost Human could have been.
Almost Human. I've never watched that one.
It's
how
good.
dare you? It's like one of the first like
But-
J.J. Abrams produced shows that I was like, I'm like really into,
Neither
And
did
it got-
anyone else. So.
and it got canceled for 13 episodes. Awesome.
What was it about? Like,
Carl Urban and Mike. I want to say his name's like Michael Weatherly or something. I can't remember his name, but his partner is a cyborg, or what do they call him? Like an android or something.
Android.
okay.
And it's kind of like iRobot essentially, with just like
He's very
futurist-
prejudiced against them.
yeah. It's kind of like iRobot meets
Alienation?
like Minority Report or something like that. Maybe
That's exactly what they did in Alien Nation, though, too. It was
Yeah.
a human and then the alien cop. And
yeah, and it
yeah.
this worked really good. The chemistry was there, like the cinematography was really awesome, and then they obviously had like a nice little small storyline potentially, like an overarching thing with this dude called the Straw Man, which
Okay.
could have been really neat. And nope,
But
it just
it
got
was on
canceled.
Fox.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm happy that Carl Urban's on The Boys right now, but
Right.
But that show would have been cool to get at least like 3 seasons. I would have liked at least
30 or 3?
3.
Okay, I thought you said 30. I was like, holy fuck,
Jeez,
dude.
not like that much. I was-
How dedicated were you?
Shit, I would have been I would have been happy with just 2, just to set up and then finish
Right.
off the Straw Man thing.
6
but-
seasons in a movie.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Unless you're Supernatural, it's 17. That's just like 17 seasons and no movie.
17. No, that's the wrong song. Never
Something
mind.
like that. Okay.
Kardashians are done at 20.
Thank God.
Ew.
Yes.
Yeah.
That news came out after we recorded our last podcast, I think.
Oh,
last
Yeah,
episode, and I was like so mad. I was like, oh, we could have said something about that.
Yeah,
I'm
because I
sorry.
watch that show every day.
The reality viewers out there, there's so much better reality. Just go watch something else.
Who even wants reality? Reality sucks.
That's all we're getting right now is reality. So you see, what is it? Fucking Dancing with the Stars started back up with Carol
Yeah.
Baskin.
And Sofia Vergara.
They also asked Dr. Fauci, but he said he's kind of busy.
Fauci. What about Fauci?
The catfish guy's on there too.
I don't even know what that means. It's just
What?
what is this? Dancing with the memes? What the fuck is this?
Yes, basically. That's
That's
what
what-
it felt like. I
That's all
didn't
that-
watch the whole show, but yeah.
That's all that show is. They find people are talking about. They don't care what for, and put them on there.
It used to just be like B-level celebrities or like washed-up celebrities that would
Or
show up on
athletes
there.
too. Like you had like
Yeah,
fucking
and
Trevor
athletes,
Lawrence
I
and
guess.
shit.
Yeah. But
Emmett Smith.
Isn't Nelly on there this season?
I like how I said athlete, and you're like Nelly. Let me guess. Well, he was in the longest yard. Fucking idiot.
He looks
I'm
like
just-
a football player.
I'm just mad they replaced.
Whoa, dude. Whoa.
I'm just mad they replaced Tom Bergeron with that top model chick.
Yeah.
Tyra Banks.
Yeah, her.
So
That sounds.
Oh.
What do you hate women?
John
No, just her.
Oh man.
John watched this horrible
Fierce.
movie the other day.
It's fierce.
What was it called, John? Overlord?
Oh, fucking Overlord. I forgot I even watched it.
And it's
That's a
on
good start.
Amazon. It's
A
on
JJ
Amazon
Yeah,
Prime.
a J.J. Abrams produced joint.
Joint. So we saw it. We didn't watch it, but we
Yeah.
saw it on Amazon. I was like, oh, this is the movie that John hates to death.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Hey, Hannah fucking hated it too.
so after I said that, I was like, yeah, she said, oh, John didn't like it. I was like, yeah, I'll probably love the shit out of it. And this is what Nikki had to say in regards to that. I'm going to play this for you guys and hopefully everyone can hear it.
Oh no.
John
hates everything.
No, here. All right, let me know if you can hear this.
Oh god.
Where is it? Oh, hold on. Pause.
Come on, Boomer.
Stupid phone. It won't
Fucking
let
Boomer,
me
dude.
do-
Welcome to the Boomer moment of the podcast.
Oh,
Okay,
I
here
heard
we go.
something.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
And
If I'm Michael, how do I pick movies? I ask my friend John which movies he watched, and if he says he hates it, then I know I'm probably gonna love it. It's true.
That's true. See, I like the fact that we can be a good barometer for each other. Because see, my favorite is when you come to me and go, I fucking hated this film. I go, oh, Hannah, we have to watch this. If Michael didn't like it, then it's got to be fucking abysmal. And so far, you haven't been wrong. Hobbs and Shaw, fucking, I actually got angry watching that film, and then the Child's Play remake, fucking hated. I was just like, this is so childish. I hate it.
So I looked it up, and one of the writers is Billy Ray, and my mind instantly put Cyrus, and I was
that's
like,
what
why?
I just thought too. For Overlord.
Mhm.
See, when John told me about it, I was like, oh, I have that movie. I thought he was talking about robot overlords with Ben Kingsley and who the hell else is in there? I texted you the picture of it because you told me about that film, and I was like, oh, is it this one?
No, for anybody who doesn't remember, Overlord was this weird, like zombie / like weird sci-fi, like alt Nazi World War II movie, like
Right.
kind of like a Dawn of the Dead, crazy like spectacle, and then they like landed in some French territory or something where they find a Nazi compound where they're doing experiments. and they have all these syringes because I think they're just trying to make like a super soldier kind of thing, and it ends up like creating these rage zombies. And
can I tell you that sounds just like what is it, Frankenstein's Army, where they used Nazi soldiers and did almost
I
the
could see
exact
that,
same fucking thing. Yeah.
And
although Frankenstein's Army was kind of fun.
and we were gonna go into it because I'm like, oh, it looks all right, and you know, J.J. Abrams, it's like he can make some spectacle and some action. So I'm like, oh, stupid little like, you know, almost like B movie esque plot with some good production value. That come on, it'd be hard to fuck that up, right?
That wasn't
like,
Abrams' joint.
He produced it.
Oh, okay.
So trust me, there were some elements in there, like a ticking clock, like they had to do something by a specific time or it didn't work, or like, you know, big CG spectacle, but it worked for some of it. Like I thought the intro was really good, like because you get the luxury of the like military tropes, you know, like here's the photographer with the heart, you know, the sentimental photographer and the gruff leader and the, you know, the private who's nice to everybody, that kind of thing. And so you get your archetypes really out of the way really quickly. So usually kind of good for generic ass stories like this. So I actually did like some of the main characters, like the main black actor, who's pretty much our protagonist. I liked him a lot. I thought he was good. The French chick he ends up with. Sure. And
Jovan Adepo.
And I didn't even hate God, I cannot remember any of the characters' names because they're just so fucking disposable. Well, anyway, like,
well, they have that Wyatt Russell's in it. He's been in a bunch of stuff. He was in like the 22 Jump Street film. He was the guy that they thought was the drug smuggler, and he wasn't. Yeah.
No, the acting's like pretty good. I mean, the casting's pretty solid. The script is just, the dialogue is really lame. Like the setup's fine. Like, you know, they're flying in on a parachute drop, and their plane gets shot down, and everything kind of goes to hell.
It looks like that's the director of that film.
Yeah.
Had done 6 short movies from 2002 to 2008. And then he did one movie in 2014 with Ewan McGregor, and then he did Overlord in 2018.
Julius Avery.
Not a bad track record. I mean, again, with the story, you don't need a ton of experience, I don't think, to tell that kind of story.
3 in development, though.
Yeah, because like I would say, you have the B movie zombie subplot, so there you go, with military elements. Like I said, with a lot of military films, you get built-in archetype shit. Like you don't have to do it. Like you could do the classic, oh, this guy pulls out a picture of his wife out of a book or his pocket. You know what I mean? You get away with shit like that because people expect it. So you get your character set up pretty quickly. But let's be fair, I'm dancing around the issue. I pretty much watched that because the guy who plays Fitz on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he's in it.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, and I am telling people from some of the episodes I've seen with him on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that dude he has Oscar level talent of acting ability.
Oh, yeah, I really like him.
I think he's always stood out to me, and so I was thinking this was gonna be his like stepping off point,
right?
For to go into film, because I'm like, oh look, you know, J.J. Abrams' name's attached to it. It's pretty big right now with Star Trek and him getting ready to do Star Wars and all that. So I was like, oh, this will be fine, and he's got, you know, some MCU under his belt with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so people know of him. This will be great. And then he ends up being the photographer, and I'm like, ooh, that's great. Like he'll be the photographer who maybe tries to tell a story to like get the information out, or he's like a pacifist who turns into a badass at the end kind of thing. I was like, ooh, we can do some shit with him. This will be fun. It's like, nah, they fucking yeet him out of the movie like halfway through. And I'm just like, all right, well, my investment's gone. So what are we going to do with this? And then it just turns into like weird zombie underground crazy fighting stuff with like the rules seem really strange and people make a lot of really dumb fucking decisions, and it just annoys the ever-loving shit out of me. It just drives me nuts.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to pronounce Fitz's the actor's real name because whoa.
'Cause I believe he's quite Scottish. I can.
Yes, he is. That is a very Scottish name.
Uh,
Ian, I could say he's Ian.
Yeah. But I mean, the production value is pretty solid. The acting is really, really good. You know, like the atmosphere was set up really well. It's just some of the dialogue's really lame. Characters are kind of weak, and like I said, it all takes place in kind of this little French town, and then all of a sudden there's this big Nazi base, which looks like the one they use for Captain America.
Oh, it's got the yeah. It's got the serial killer dude, or not serial killer dude, but the guy from Umbrella Academy, the first season, the asshole.
John Magaro.
Yeah. Magaro.
And like I said, like
Magaro.
the acting's really good, and like special effects are pretty cool, and I just like, man, it starts to get really boring, and it's like you could tell they like wrote themselves into a corner. So then like my favorite moment is they like Boyce and the French chick escaped the compound for the first time, and they like need to go back now, I guess, because they want to blow it up. And the way that they figure out how to get everybody there, because there's like a group of them, and they don't have enough time to go on foot, so they have to figure something out. They fucking like get ambushed in a building. The French chick just takes off running by herself, and there's a guy on a Nazi on a motorcycle with a sidecar, and he goes off by himself to chase her. I'm going, there's all these military dudes over here. Maybe just let the unarmed chick just go running off, because fuck her, what's she gonna do? Go after the military people who know where you are. Second, why would he go off by himself when he has a sidecar and he's chasing her down? It's like, why don't you just shoot her? Because we already know about, like, she's already killed some people and done stuff. So there's no reason to keep her alive. So it's like, he's just hunting her down with the motorcycle. I'm like, just kill her. And then I'm like, I told Hannah, I go, oh, I know why they did this. It's like, why? Something stupid's going to happen and he's going to get ambushed because they need the motorcycle. And that's why the motorcycle that chased him happened to have a sidecar. So you could take multiple people to the compound without wasting a fuck ton of time.
Yeah, I mean, that's what movies do, John. That's what movies do, John.
That's called overly convenient. What you could have done is actually had the military be good and they kill the Nazis and just take a truck. You didn't need this big dumb thing to happen.
They wanted to do the Indiana Jones chase with this motorcycle and the sidecar.
It was really lame. I was just like, ugh, it's so dumb. It's like, just don't make them make dumb choices to do that. But
don't overthink some of these.
Well, no, and a couple of things happen. It's just I don't know. It's the production value was there. If this would have been a sci-fi film, I wouldn't have cared. If this was a sci-fi original movie, I'd have been like, whatever.
Was it any original movie? Was it like a Amazon original or something?
No, it was produced. It went out. It was a Bad Robot produced.
Okay.
Full
it was actually rumored.
I believe it had a theatrical run. Yeah, what?
It was what?
It was rumored to be a Cloverfield movie.
Oh, really? That's the only way you could. That's the only way you could have made that worse. That is the only way.
Abrams denied it, but didn't stop the rumors.
The movie could have been worse. It's just really generic, and I was just kind of. Maybe I was overtly butthurt when they killed Fitz, but for the most part,
it's not Fitz. He's a different character, John.
You know what well, it's because I don't know the actor's name. I don't know why. I love how that's the thing you would call out.
Stecker? I'm not sure.
Castiker or something like that.
Something like that.
No, it's just like the actors were fine. It was just a lot of weird stuff. Why is everyone bilingual, even though they introduce everyone speaking their language? Like, that's also really annoying. You have a translator.
All the soldiers are bilingual, or?
Yeah, all the Nazis and the French, and it's like, Well, why set up the fact that we have a translator
Mhm.
if you're not gonna have them just do it all the time? Because like the only like a good example for me would be in Predator 1, where the Latin chick pretends to not speak English the entire time until she wants to actually actively help, and then she reveals that she speaks
Right.
English. You know, like have it motivated that they speak English. It's like I get it, it's for the convenience of the film, but it's like I'll read subtitles. You set it up, it's fine. But that's where I'm different. I think is like because it's like, oh, Guardians of the Galaxy, they all speak English. I'm like, well, they set that precedent from the start.
They also know not every kid that's watching those movies can read the subtitles.
That's probably part of it too.
Like,
So.
Also why, in Black Panther, they don't speak in all the different African languages that they have there. Because,
which I love
kids,
because people always talk about how they're like isolationists and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, they're isolationists, but they all speak English. Come on now. Calm down. Don't. Ugh.
Universal translators, John. Like Star Trek. They all speak English in Star Trek, except for Klingons. For some reason, the Klingons still have their own language that they get to talk into. No, even if like someone is around with a universal translator. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah.
That is one of my big hits about Black Panther, though, is I am annoyed that they don't speak their own language more often, especially when they're so prideful and think they're so. And I wouldn't even say think, they know that they're relatively superior to almost all other societies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in theory, anyway, even though they have straw huts and dirt roads.
They got dope weapons.
Dude, I was
now they got Starbucks.
I'm sad that I got into the MCU because I was watching some reviews the other day. And I don't know how these two movies in particular came up, but I got annoyed because I was thinking about Infinity War again.
Why?
And because of the battle at Wakanda. I don't know why, but I was like, they explained why the battle rhinos weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't Wakanda have like an ass ton of spaceships? Like flying spaceships that shoot lasers?
They have, because they show them in Black Panther.
Or in in Black Panther.
In Black Panther.
Do they have a lot or just a few, though?
Well, still,
I don't ever remember
if they only had a few, they have none because they blew them all up in the movie.
Well, they had it. No, because Martin Freeman's blew up too. But we don't know how many they had. And I was just like, I mean, to be fair, it's been some time since, those movies.
I think
that
not much time.
There's a 5-year. Well, wait. No,
I think
not
it's
between
2 years.
Infinity War.
No, I'm thinking in 2 years.
Not even, because what came out between Black Panther and Infinity War?
But you're telling me they can make a micro like the nanotech suit that comes out of a necklace, but you can't build a couple of ships in mass. I mean, we could produce a couple 100,000 vehicles in a year.
And
that's what the
in universe, Black Panther takes place shortly after Civil War, which is in 2016. Infinity War is in 2018. So it was a 2-year gap.
2 years. You're telling me we can't even get I'll even take 10 spaceships shooting at the little zombie monsters that come in the thing. I just thought that was weird.
How about, because this is like a world-shattering event, maybe call in the guys that you banned away because they were being dicks before. A couple years before,
Right?
Like, we could use some of those rhinos and shit right now.
What happened to the helicarrier after Age of Ultron?
Age of Ultron? Was Winter Soldier after?
Well, Infinity War, remember, though, Infinity War, they were all on the Lamb, right?
Yeah.
That's why they went to Wakanda.
Because of
So they wouldn't be able to get the helicarrier necessarily.
Well, I'd just argue Wakanda should have had enough firepower. I'm just throwing that out there. Or at least to take care of the zombie monsters.
They have the whole mountain made of vibranium. Why couldn't that just be powering the shield so that their shield never goes down?
There you go. Right. See, they
There.
made vibranium way too OP.
But they also made it so that you could like dig underground to get to
Right, right.
It's like what? Like
Right?
this field doesn't just like keep going down as the
Thank
ground
you, right?
disappears.
I always thought that was really strange. And then sadly, Captain Marvel. I was thinking about something in Captain Marvel because they de-age Sam Jackson and Phil Coulson. The Stan Lee cameo. I can't believe I'm gonna make a problem with the Stan Lee cameo.
What's wrong with it?
No,
Kevin Smith is finally in canon.
No, here my thing is somebody showed me the scene of Stan Lee in Mallrats.
Yeah.
Why didn't they de-age Stan Lee to look like him in the movie? Because he's unlike all the other cameos, he's playing some random dude.
Right.
This is literally Stan Lee reading the Mallrats book, and we know what he looks like at that time. You should have de-aged him to look like he did in the movie.
Did we get to see his face in that movie? I don't remember.
Yes, he's reading. Reading the thing.
Yeah.
And looks right at her and smiles.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think he's wearing the same type of sunglasses he wore in the Mallrats movie, which is a touch, but I'd have to double check.
And the brown suit or whatever.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just like his normal
stuff. I do know with that one they had to go through and get some footage from Miramax. Like they had to contact Smith and he got them to contact the people who had, or Miramax or whoever owns, that movie now, to get like some of the outtakes, because his voice was so bad with Captain Marvel that the audio you hear is literally shit that he did for the other movie.
Oh, it's crazy. No, but that was totally a nitpick I had because I was like, oh, they're insinuating that that's actually him and this is 1995. And it's like, oh, he should probably look like him in 1995.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
No, because, and I would say it's not distasteful because they de-aged him for Guardians 2, I think it was. Was it Guardians 2 or was it Endgame? They made him look like a young...
Endgame.
Endgame.
He was
probably,
in the 70s.
Yeah, they de-aged him when he was in the 70s. So there you go.
Let's say because Guardians 2, he was in that spacesuit, and it's kind of a faraway shot. So
yeah.
But did they really de-age him, or did they just like change his hair color?
Well, they might have done that and put a wig on him and stuff, younged him down. But I'm sure they probably de-aged him a little. Well, because the theory was when he was sitting on the moon and the thing, the rumor is that he was a watcher. And that's why he was there all the time, which I loved that theory. And then Captain Marvel kind of ruined it.
Well, no, maybe he is.
Maybe Stan Lee is actually the Watcher.
But see what happens when
then that gets too meta, and I hate it.
when you introduce Stan Lee as Stan Lee, reading his lines for Mallrats, going in and talking about Spider-Man, creating Spider-Man in the Fantastic Four, then you get into a lot more things like, when's Deadpool showing up to explain all this to us?
It's one of those things where I thought it was a cute moment.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I go, it's just another problem that Captain Marvel created.
Stan Lee and Steve Ditko live in the Marvel universe in the comics.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they the Fantastic Four go and visit their comic creator. They have an in-universe comic about their adventures.
Well, they haven't done it in the movie, so suck a knob. Because fucking Boys did that shit already. They made it too meta for me, and I got a little butthurt about it.
Did they?
Seth Rogen had a cameo in the first episode of season 2.
But he didn't create the fucking Boys. He just is the producer of the show.
I know that, but it's like he's making... Well, I guess maybe that makes it okay.
It does?
Can that work? Can I use that? Maybe I'll try and make that in my headcanon with you.
Tivis, you can't shake your head no, because we know you don't like Seth Rogen, so you automatically are disqualified.
No, it's just really annoying because it was just like, he used his real name and he's like and he does what he does. Like, it was weird. It's not the most egregious. Well, yeah, it actually is the most egregious meta joke that they make, I think. But at the same time, I'm just like, I've seen worse in other things, so I shouldn't be too butthurt about it. But
I say they do it a a lot more frequently nowadays.
That one just took me out though. I don't know what it was. I think it's just because I know Seth Rogen enough, like from all the other stuff I've
and
watched.
Probably because you know he created the show. If you didn't know he created it and then you saw him in there, for a lot of people that don't know, they wouldn't give two shits.
Yeah.
It's like Future Man. I didn't know Seth Rogen created Future Man, which is a fucking awesome show. I recommend it to everybody. And until he showed up in it, and I was like, they got Seth Rogen, and then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, he fucking created this.
Yeah, but
no wonder he shows up in it for a whole season.
Is he Seth Rogen? Is he actually Seth Rogen?
No. He plays a character. Yeah.
See, that's different. I'm fine with that. It's like when his name is literally Seth Rogen on a lower third doing an interview about making a movie, about superheroes.
Yeah,
because he was going to make the Translucent movie, I think. So.
No, he was doing the movie.
Yeah, he's doing Translucent.
Okay, yeah. I thought it was the one about the whole.
The Seven. No, that's
Seven. Yeah.
That guy was giving
a
pitch.
Dude, yeah.
Dude was giving a pitch.
Yeah, I guess so. I still think they should have held his cameo out, and he could have shown up as the Green Hornet, because Green Hornet can go into any fucking comic universe he wants, because he's, And I thought it would be kind of fun,
or just like a knockoff
fans.
Version, or maybe a knockoff.
A knockoff version, yeah. I think that's what I said to you, is like a knockoff Green Hornet.
Like maybe have him die trying to like stop a bank robbery or something. That could have been funny.
Yeah,
something like that.
Because that would be cool, and people would get that reference a lot too, because he was fucking Green Hornet.
Or eventually you could figure it out, but like I said, it's not as egregious as of him just being Seth Rogen. Right?
I keep watching Tivis every time we say something about Seth Rogen. He's just like,
you don't like Seth Rogen? I love Knocked Up, and there's a lot of stuff about Green Hornet I don't like. I didn't hate that film though. I actually kind of liked it. I like the guy who played Kato like a lot.
I mean, for the only Green Hornet that we've ever had for a film, I'm not gonna complain.
Well, yeah, I guess for a movie,
because we've only had him in serials.
Yeah, the black and white TV show is great.
Did they have? Oh yeah, they did have a TV show way back in the day.
Fucking Bruce Lee
with Batman.
Yeah.
Fucking Bruce Lee was Kato, dude. What am I saying? What are you doing?
Well, I just remember him in the serials. I never watched the show. I'll have to watch that show.
Just keep seeing cereal, and I fucking want Frosted Flakes now.
Cereal.
Milk
and cereal,
milk and cereal, cereal and milk, cereal and milk. A is for Apple, J is for Jax. But
Tivis, this is the perfect time for you to show your shirt.
That was an old YouTube. The hell is that? Say pancake? Nah, I'm a waffle man. Waffles or French toast? Order of the best. Here you go. French toast, waffle, pancakes way at the bottom.
I think John didn't eat breakfast this morning.
I didn't either.
I had bacon and eggs and biscuits and gravy.
All right, calm down, Fraser Crane. Damn.
I didn't have coffee though.
Fucking brag about it. Oh, so did you poop yet?
How you gonna poop? I had orange juice. Okay, so coffee. Okay, did anyone else see that stupid ass like Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman?
Yes,
coffee
the laughing
commercial?
man coffee thing.
That's so fun.
No,
that was fucking great.
Those two are going to keep doing shit until they both die. Just watch.
With each other. I love it.
With each other.
I will buy. They will never do
watch. They will never do another movie together, but they will destroy the internet.
Right? They'll just meme until they're like 90. And fucking hell, dude, I'm telling you, I'm gonna sample every single one of their products just because they're advertising.
Ryan Reynolds already sold off his liquor company.
Yeah.
What is it? Aviation or Aviator?
Yeah, Aviation liquor or whatever, or Aviation gin. Yeah, gin. He sold that off and made a couple mil.
I'd try. I'm curious about his you see he got Rick Moranis to come do a fucking ad with him for his mobile. Yeah.
Well, Rick Moranis said he's coming back out of retirement.
Well, I think he's supposed to be in the new Ghostbusters movie for a second. Rumors. Which I kind of hope he doesn't, because it would be a real shame to go this many years out of
and
acting,
then
and
that
then
be
he
the
comes-
first thing.
Yeah, well, because I'm like, oh, don't fucking Luke Skywalker it. Don't fuck this up. Like, don't make it awful. Because they'll just be like, he'll come in and go, I'm the keymaster, and then he'll die or something, and then get hit by a bus, and go, oh, it was hilarious. Dude, the way movies are.
No,
They killed Kevin Conroy in Crisis on Infinite Earths, man. I'm not doing this anymore. They killed John Connor.
Yeah, if he's gonna come back, the first thing he should do, the first like movie he should do.
Yeah.
He already did a commercial. Oh,
Strange Brew 2. Strange Brew 2.
I don't think Disney's gonna be okay with them doing Spaceballs 2.
No, Strange Brew 2.
What's Strange
You've never
Brew?
seen
No.
Strange Brew. You
No.
are you're both awful people.
I was gonna say have him do another Honey I Shrunk the Kids type. Honey I Shrunk the Grandkids.
No.
They are doing another one of those.
Boom.
No.
Got it right there. Yes.
Littler giants.
Yeah, they're both alive. They're all alive still. Holy shit, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'd be down for that. I don't know if where Icebox is, but shit.
Because Devin Sawa's still kicking around. Devin
He,
Sawa
might
is the
have
blonde
actually
quarterback.
he keeps getting asked if he's gonna do if he's gonna come back
Final
in this movie
Destination.
or this movie. I'm like, he's like, no. It's like,
Done.
well, I'm dead.
Last time I saw him was the Maggie Q Nikita on the CW.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait.
I like that show. If you've never seen it, I that was one I actually enjoyed.
I love listening to
Rick has
reading
already
his.
signed on for Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
He's
What?
what?
Rick already signed on for the new Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
It should be Honey I Shrunk the Grandkids. Just saying, what studio owns that? Disney. Disney. Listen, if you're gonna do it, it's Honey I Shrunk the Grandkids because we already have Honey I Shrunk the Kids. Honey I Blew Up the Baby. Honey We Shrunk Ourselves. Now it's grandkids time.
Just do Honey I Fucked Up.
Oh man,
On Disney Plus, Honey I Fucked Up.
that was the prequel actually. Grandkids feels obvious. Grandkids feels obvious.
It doesn't have an official name yet. It's just called the reboot.
Awesome. Yay! Yay! We haven't destroyed all franchises yet. There's still time. Where's Gremlins?
I'm surprised. Oh, they did. They used to have a Honey I Shrunk the Kids TV show back in the day. I
It's a
wonder if that's
cartoon.
on
Think
Disney
so.
Plus. No, it was a live action show.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? Somebody reminded me about the Godzilla movie spawning a Godzilla cartoon,
Which
and
was great.
The
I loved it.
2000 and whatever. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude, they used to give cartoons to every fucking movie. It was awesome.
That's a lot of fish.
Like, I don't care how bad the cartoons were. It was still awesome that they at least, were like, hey, you
Right.
want a
I'll
cartoon?
take a try.
And you want a cartoon? And you get a cartoon.
Evolution got a spin-off or a cartoon.
Evolution.
Did it?
Yeah.
With
that movie.
X-Files dude and all that?
David
Yeah.
Duchovny.
Well, they didn't
Why
come back to
don't you
voice
love
him.
me?
Oh, they
Well,
didn't
yeah.
do the voices? Yeah.
Well, duh. Come on now.
They weren't going to pay
Damn.
those three.
Honey I Shrunk the Kids, the TV show lasted 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Too long, if you ask me.
A late
I
90s
remember
show.
I don't know,
watching
I never
some
saw it.
of it, but I didn't watch all of it. It wasn't as good because Rick Moranis wasn't the dad.
No, it was Wayne. Oh,
Wayne Brady?
Shilinsky.
Wayne Zelinsky is his name, his character's name.
Oh, I'm sorry, Peter Scullery.
Damn.
Come on, man.
Damn,
All
that's
right.
embarrassing.
Your geek card's taken. Sorry.
I read
Dang.
that in reverse.
You good, Tivis?
Damn.
Better than last week.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. No, I would be excited to see Rick Moranis do something original, actually, rather than go back to one of his old franchises at first.
Yeah. Rick
Let's
Moranis, I want to see him as a serial killer.
That could
Right?
actually work, bro.
I was almost memeing, but I kind of want it.
Yeah, especially after seeing what he looks like now with the
Mhm.
Ryan Reynolds thing. I could totally see that. Like, he's been doing it for like 30, 40 years. Maybe he's Rick Moranis, the serial killer.
No.
That's why he took the break from Hollywood.
I don't want him to do that. But I mean, like, look at John Lithgow, man. Like, he did such a great job. I bet Rick Moranis.
Well, John Lithgow has played a lot of devious characters in the past, though.
But he's also played wildly comedic role. I mean, have somebody ever see Harry and the Hendersons? Anybody ever see, Third Rock from the Sun, perhaps?
Yeah. Which is always like the top thing on there. But wasn't he like a bad dude in Cliffhanger?
Well, I mean, he was Lord Farquaad.
Holy shit, he's got a lot of credits to his name.
You think? He's the man. Are you fucking just reading the internet right now?
Who, me?
We're doing something here.
Yeah,
fucking
I know.
Pay attention.
I'm talking.
I'm talking here. I'm talking here. Hi, Tivis. What's up, buddy? You doing all right? Welcome to the show.
Well, did you guys see that?
No, I didn't.
Borat 2 is apparently already filmed.
Oh, fuck's sake. Already filmed?
That's what they say.
Well, that would make sense that we wouldn't know because they wouldn't want people to know that that's happening.
Right.
In this day and age.
Are we going to find out that Borat's the reason that COVID started?
Yes.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Yes.
He kept getting on all those damn planes. Dude, I never watched the first one, so I could give two shits about the second one. Yeah.
I didn't care for the first two of his films, but The Dictator, that was hilarious.
I haven't watched that either. I don't think I've watched any of his movies, like any of those like movies like that anyways.
I saw Borat. I did not see Bruno. And I
didn't see Bruno.
And I've watched a handful of episodes of Ali G, which is fucking hysterical. Michael, you would like Ali G.
No, I wouldn't. I saw the trailers for that shit.
Come on now.
Stupid.
It was a TV show too.
It was like a wannabe, like Malibu's Most Wanted, fucking with.
How dare you? It came out before that.
Did it?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm saying that. I'm not entirely sure.
I don't think
but
it
I'm like
did,
90% sure.
No. Malibu's Most Wanted was late 90s, early 2000s?
No. You, sir, are off base.
2003 from Malibu's Most Wanted.
Okay.
Ali G started in 2000.
Boom!
You.
How do you like them apples? Juggle my balls, bitch.
Look, it doesn't matter.
Dab.
Malibu's Most Wanted is funny.
I still recommend The Dictator. Like, I think that's fucking hilarious.
What?
Because it has dick in it.
It's hilarious.
Dicks and taters, my two favorite things.
No, I just didn't get into those franchises, I guess. I saw the trailers and I was like, yeah, I'm not watching it. Dude, I still have not even watched.
You feel like they were making fun of you and you're like, I can't have this.
Yeah, all three of them. The foreign person. Actually, all four of them. The Dictator, because I was like, I'm going to be a dictator.
Oh, I was talking about Malibu's Most Wanted and LA.
Oh, yeah. No.
Borat was fine.
Although Malibu's Most Wanted, the blue jumpsuit that Jamie Kennedy wears in that, I wanted to wear that. I wanted that.
Borat was okay.
Not gonna lie.
It was kind of funny because it was a little different. Like, it was, because we grew up kind of on Jackass and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then they made the movies that had like not necessarily a narrative, but they had like some extra behind the scenes stuff and made it feel a little more fleshed out than the TV show somehow. Right. And so I was like, oh, Borat, okay, that'll be something like that. And it's like, no, like they meet these real people and this shit goes on. It's like, it feels really strange and it gets a little cringy.
It's more like hidden camera type shit, isn't it?
Kind of, but like people know the cameras are there. It's like a weird reality.
Not always. One country.
But you have to remember, but I'm talking more like when they're having these really awkward conversations with real people, like they assume he's an actual reporter from another country. So they sign off on this stuff and it's really cringe.
That seems stupid to me.
It's really cringy. But it's also just like, I don't like cringe humor, like too much. Right. So some moments are really like the more narrative stuff is really, really funny. Like the overproduced shit is really funny, but then you get into the more live cammy, like hidden camera stuff. And I'm like, oh no, I don't like this. And then, Bruno didn't look great to me. Dictator looked okay. I would have watched it just cause, that's Anna Faris, right? That's, or no, who's
Ben Kingsley's in it.
and it looked all right. But I actually like it when he's actually acting, if that makes sense. Like, I say actually, but like when he's being normal.
A character,
like
like a written character.
That's what the dictator is. It's more of a satire than.
Well, you know what
whatever.
I mean. Not like one of his goofy things. I'm talking more like there was that the clock. What was it? He was like a train inspector.
Would you say his movies are kind of like new age Mike Myers type shit? Where like Mike Myers had Austin Powers and this not Zohan, that was Adam Sandler. Like the Guru and Wayne.
I love that one.
Garth and Wayne. And he had a bunch of different ones. I'm trying to remember.
I don't know, maybe, but he's a lot more. But he's a lot more lewd. Like he's
right.
He's kind of like on the level of like Observe and Report.
But would you say it's kind of like that, but like New Age, where you take an idea and just go even higher with it, or lower?
I could maybe. I think it's just the same idea, just more heightened. I don't necessarily think it's different. I just
they seem like characters that would be on an SNL skit, basically.
Sure. Yeah. Because I would argue Taika Waititi's that kind of person of this time almost. Like he plays these really out there characters and ideas, but not as offensive, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, like the way he does like What We Do in the Shadows and shit like that. I don't know. But Sacha Baron Cohen's like a really fucking good actor. And so like when he does like the more serious dramatic stuff. I'm trying to think
of anything I've actually watched with him as a lead anyways.
I cannot think of the damn he was a like train conductor in this like I want to say something about like Compass or something. I cannot remember the name.
Golden
of the movie.
Compass?
No, that's
I was gonna say he's not in that.
He was in the second Alice in Wonderland.
Hugo?
Like the Tim Burton? Yeah, Hugo. Because I was thinking about like there was something about clocks and like that old Travel to the Moon movie.
Yeah. Alice Through the Looking Glass. I've seen that one, but that's not a lead role of his.
Yeah.
Well, he played Time. That was a pretty major character.
But it's not like a lead character in the movie.
Dude, this is creepy. I can tell my phone is listening to me. We literally just said his name. I've never searched for this guy. And we're talking about it. All it took was SA and Google popped him up like third in my search history. That's fucking creepy.
Dude, he was in Sweeney Todd with I did not know that. I have to Dude, I've been meaning to rewatch that one. And Repo the Genetic Opera. I want to rewatch those two. I haven't watched them in a while.
Oh yeah, he was.
Sweeney Todd is really good though.
I liked him in Talladega Nights.
But anyways, to move along, I haven't watched like his main movies, like the ones that are like him on Front Street right there as the lead character. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You good guys? Get it? Good guys?
I just heard about a remake this week. You guys have probably heard it. Did you know they're remaking She's All That?
No. Why?
I mean, that'd just be another teen movie. I don't know.
Well, they're swapping it. It's going to be He's All That.
So wait.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I think they cast a TikTok girl for it already.
What? Wait, like just the normal person from TikTok?
Addison Rae?
That sounds like a stripper name.
Why?
All I know is she's big on TikTok.
Oh.
Who's even on TikTok?
I didn't know you could do TikTok and get acting jobs now.
Of course you can. A bunch of Vine. You just watched the Babysitter stupid dumbass club murders. Those are Vine actors.
Are they?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh, fucking hell.
I didn't watch Vine.
So
I don't fucking watch TikTok.
You're an unaware hypocrite. I liked how you're outraged, just like, oh, I didn't know you could be a TikTok movie star. Like, well, fuck yeah, you can. It's been,
Dude,
what do you think YouTube was?
You told me that one dude in Guest House was like a YouTube star, and I didn't fucking know that. I just thought it was a stand-up comic that like showed up at the comic shop one day, so he got the gig with him. Yeah,
you
like
silly.
why? Fucking A. I didn't watch you. I barely watch YouTube.
You're such a boomer. He's wearing a Chucky hat. He's
Vine.
like super boomer.
I don't watch Vine, or didn't watch Vine, I should say. I don't watch TikTok. I don't even use Snapchat. If anyone fucking uses Snapchat anymore.
Okay, see, that's the one I'm too like old and retarded, and I can't figure it out. I've tried
a picture and you snap it.
No, there's like all kinds of weird dude thingies to filter and like how you can like certain things disappear at a certain time and like being able
like
to
you got 24 hours, I believe, or
yeah,
they
it's so
up
fucking
it.
Weird. It's so.
I
weird.
used to use it just to like send dumb photos to people, mainly family, but I don't even fucking know where it's at anymore on my phone. Snapchat, come out to play.
My favorite Vine guy only got to be a muzzled wolf in Zootopia. So he's not exactly.
Who's your Vine guy?
Zach King. He does that 30-second magic on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
He's really good with special effects.
Yeah, I've seen those.
That's weird.
I've seen those. The fuck is Michael doing now?
He's putting himself on camera. Now he's just showing us the camera.
Fucking nerd.
There we go.
I need to figure out how to do that. What the fuck?
Oh, it's his Snapchat.
Oh God.
Snapchat. Sorry, audio listeners, we're fucking around with video.
No, don't we this. This is all you, my dude. All right.
So what else do we got going on this week? Oh, I was gonna say Biodome. Fandome Part 2 happened.
Fucking Biodome 2.
And the only shit I gathered from it to be like of any kind of importance, at least that matters, is like they went off about a bunch of the shows that they do for CW and DC Universe, which they just basically confirmed they're all moving to HBO Max.
Doom Patrol got season 3.
Doom Patrol got season 3. Stargirl's going to CW, which we all knew. And then they went into a little bit of what's going on with the Flash because they got their season cut short. Yeah. And there's still going to be like 1 or 2 episodes with Ralph Dibny with Hartley Sawyer because they had shot some footage of it and they need to do it. So, and I want to say something along the lines of like his replacement and everything. And it really annoys me.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
No, well, one, I don't agree with it. But I was rewatching because Micah's finishing up the last season of The Flash. So I sat down and was rewatching the episode where you guys have all seen all The Flash so far, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much everything since except the last season.
Okay, well, I'm gonna spoil an episode of the last season.
That's fine. I don't
after
really watch
Crisis.
It
after Crisis,
Ruby Rose is gone, dude. Why even bother watching the CW anymore? Why even bother?
Because
it's over. It's all done. The kingdom has fallen.
Everyone's getting new costumes too, but we all expected that.
Yeah.
Big announcement.
But there's a thing that happens in this episode that we just watched where is it Nash Wells? He's connected to somehow all the fucking wells from all the universes, so he can see them all.
Yeah.
Even though all the universes are gone. I'm guessing it's because he was the Pariah, yeah. But for some reason, and I really wish CW would fix this. They keep saying or what was it? Not the it was Reverse Flash. Ibarthon shows up in his mind looking like Wells. I'm like, you guys do remember you showed him not as that character. Like he keeps coming back in that form. I'm like, y'all remember there's a whole season of Legends where he wasn't looking like that. So what's going on? And then not only that, he's not a Wells, so why would he be connected to a Wells in the first place? So it was really annoying. But at the end of the episode, like they purify him of Eobard Thawne and say Eobard's out there somewhere. He just needs another body host. And then I was just thinking, oh fuck me. I wonder if CW is gonna put him in Elongated Man's body because he can change his face.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Just to get rid of the character so they can write it off.
Even though they already did that with the Thinker, I wouldn't put it past them.
Right.
Sounds really lame.
Yeah, but trust me, I thought about it. I was like, that would be stupid. But then I was like, but this is the CW.
That's what they would do. That's what they would do.
When you start getting into the minds of the CW, then you can really start to think of some stupid shit.
Oh, dude, it was why I was watching the EFAP mini for the Batwoman finale, and like Alice was given Hush a face, and they hadn't done the reveal yet. And the guy who really likes Batman, name's Fringy, and he's like, they're like, oh my god, are they gonna make him look like Mouse? But why would they make him take that face? It's like, no, what? Fringy's like, no. What's this guy's thing? Like, what? He like really hates Bruce?
He's obsessed with Bruce. He doesn't hate Bruce. He's obsessed with him.
But he
impersonates
him
him in the
comics. But he hates him too because of episode 3. He talks about.
Oh yeah. He talks about him. Yeah.
Him saving his mom and shit. And you see the revelation, and he doesn't even have face cam, but you can tell he's figured out that he figured out the plot before it revealed it. So it's like, well, what's this guy's thing? You know, he fucking hates Bruce. Oh no, shit. No. And then he pops up and he just freaks out.
Yeah.
Because he's like a huge Batman fan, so he just fucking lost his shit. It was really funny.
Right. I'm just curious to see how I want to see how they write her off from the show, like, because they're not gonna. They already said they're not killing her off.
No,
that they're not killing.
She's just gonna fuck off.
She's gonna fuck off until they're like, hey, you want a couple million to come back for one crossover event? Because
fucking way.
You're the fucking paragon of courage, and you're just dipped on us. Like,
no way she leaves. No way she comes back. I mean, no way. I am dude. I hope it doesn't get a fake out. I want Batwoman season 2 to happen. I cannot, for the life of me, imagine the sheer stupid that is just bound to happen. I'm so excited.
They didn't talk.
So excited.
I don't think they talked about anything about Batwoman except for the new character that's coming in
and costume.
And the costume.
Which did they even reveal it? Did they just say they're going to change it?
No, they didn't reveal anything.
No, because they're not even shooting until fucking like next year.
Yeah.
So
they also said Flash will get his golden boots before the show ends, but
the season
they didn't say when. Just
what do you think?
Show.
Final episode like they did with Clark and like Smallville?
Well, a lot of people are speculating that since they're pretty much sure he's going to appear in some form in the Flash movie, that he's going to have the golden boots before the movie, so they can look better.
That's saying they don't cancel the show before the movie comes out.
Well, he could still bring Grant in, even if the show's over.
I'm saying like they want to have the boot, like
We could still give him the boots.
But they did talk about Legends, and
Woo!
give a little breakdown to that. And they're going to be dealing with. I'm excited for it because the final episode was cool of Legends. Well, not the final episode, but like the closing of it, you know.
Season finale.
They're gonna get away from the demon shit finally.
Your demon shit.
And they're going into aliens. And not like they're not gonna deal with aliens in the way they said they're not gonna deal with them the same way that Supergirl deals with them.
The Dominators.
No. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do, but they said they're not going to deal with it how Supergirl deals with it as like a social commentary and type thing. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. They're going to, from what I read anyways, about it, it sounded like they are going to be pushing Sarah Lance away a lot more in this season. So I wonder if they're trying. They said they're going to have other characters that we wouldn't expect rise up into leader roles in this season, and I'm worried if that means they're going to end up phasing her out eventually. So that worries me.
Sure, it's coming.
Because it's like her and Rory are the only two originals left, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because even Steele came in the second season.
Yep.
And then everyone else was second, third, fourth, seasons.
They announced a new member of the crew as well.
Who's that? I didn't.
Esperanza Spooner Cruz, which is extremely close to the Green Lantern Jessica Cruz in the comics.
Esperanza.
There you go.
I'm wondering if that's what's
going to be a lantern
transition.
You ain't getting no Green Lantern. Oh, y'all stop.
She's going to take the ring from Diggle.
The closest you got was Diggle getting a green light on his face. That's the closest you got.
CW doesn't have the budget for it.
No.
You don't even have the budget for Supergirl, and they still do it.
There was rumors. They were talking that the one I forget her name. Shit. She got replaced by her brother in the one season. At the very end.
Taya Ashy or whatever. Wait, I think that's the actor. I think that's the actress's name.
Yeah.
The wind chick.
The wind, yeah. Tivis will look at that real quick. But they were talking about leaving her as two different characters in there. So she'd play who she plays now and who she was playing before. And and the actress says she'd be down for it, but they don't know if they'd be able to work it out, scheduling and of course having them there as two constant characters in every scene. That's a lot more than Zari. Yes, thank you. But I think that would be kind of cool if they would have tried it, because they have, again, though he's not in every scene, but they have like multiple Welleses in different scenes together all the time.
Yeah,
not every scene.
It's really hokey and lame, and it gets annoying to see Tom Cavanaugh so much.
I love him though.
He's a good actor, but I don't need it all the time. But I
don't.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think Joe West might be the best, but
they don't give him a lot to work with.
That's the problem. Range. Because remember the first season when you got all these like Joe and Barry scenes, and they were actually like meaningful because they were like father and son, but fucking forgot all that shit. Remember when Barry was a fucking CSI and he just like solved crimes?
Well, they had to kind of get rid of the whole father-son type dynamic because he was like marrying his sister.
Yeah, because
how does that make sense to anybody?
It's because the show is retarded. It's it's always been a problem.
I'm gonna grow up with this person who's basically my sister, and then I'm gonna marry her and fuck her and have a kid that comes back from the future and then dies anyways.
Can I keep reiterating?
Spoilers.
Can I keep reiterating the fact, and it annoys me every time I see her on The Boys. They made the classic mistake of you gave him a love interest that is more likable than the person you wanted him to end up with, and there's not the creepy factor. So we've seen him in a really good relationship that he's not related to, and now you want to cram them together constantly.
Related to this one either. I mean, he wasn't technically adopted, was he?
Try that in real life, though, Tivis. Try that argument in real life, and let's see how that goes.
Oh no, it's weird.
You know what I mean?
It's like stepbrother and stepsister, dude, or adopted siblings.
It's because it
happens, but
no, I would even argue it's worse because they were friends before he moved in, so they knew each other even before they moved in. So the friend zone should have probably gotten stronger over time. You know what I mean?
So the new girl coming in is going to be played by Lisa Chavez. I don't know. She left Chicago PD to join the show.
Well, I'll just tell people. I'm like, if you think I'm wrong, go back and watch any episode with Barry and Patty Spivot and tell me that they don't have better chemistry.
Oh, it's hard watching, knowing what's going to come in the future. It's hard to go back right now and watch all the stuff with Dibney and Sue, because I'm like, oh my god, I want to see this relationship more, and they're gonna fuck it.
I can't get over it, man. I just kept saying that there should have been a Joe West Dibney spinoff. It just should have happened. And I think if he'd have gotten a full season, I don't think he'd have gotten kicked off. I think CW would have supported him.
I wonder if that's what they were trying to do, is like get him and her a spinoff eventually.
I think that was the plan. I'm willing to bet it was. Because Hartley Sawyer's done like 3 other shows for the CW. He did like some like dystopian apocalypse show, and like he's been on like 2 other things, I think. But he's a good actor. I liked him. He was really good as Dibney. Like there was just, I don't think there's ever a scene that he's in where he's just not stealing it almost. Like, yeah. It's brutal.
Yeah, it sucks that they put him on the back burner pretty much the last 2 seasons.
Well, it's the
he
same thing.
Finally got to show up in a crossover though.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing. I just keep telling people. It's like they too big a cast. We don't need Team Flash. We don't need it. We at this point, Flash should just be Flash. And
I think maybe that's, kind of one of the reasons why what happening is because he was getting more screen time this year, and then people were just like fucking pissed off, so they went off and found everything everybody says everywhere. Page.
That feels a little meta, but
I mean,
maybe
I don't put it past CW viewers.
Yeah. People still say that, all the homophobes drove Ruby Rose away from the show. It's like, really? You really think that's what happened? She specifically said she damn near got paralyzed for this crap show. Like,
yeah.
No
hope the writing team is better.
Oh no, I hope it gets worse. Don't take my fun away, Tivis. If this show gets magically better and like the new actress is actually really, really talented, I'm just going to be really sad. I'm just gonna be like,
not only that, it's going to make Ruby Rose look even worse.
Well, she did that herself. You have done that yourself.
I hope they stop promising things that they're not going to deliver in these panels too, because the whole second half of last season was supposed to be about Godspeed. They clearly changed that halfway through.
Yeah.
And the whole, there'll be Batman villains that pop up in Batwoman. We got 2.
Do you really want like good villains to come and get ruined though? They already killed Joker off screen.
They don't have to do good ones. Just do the Joker. Bring me Condiment King.
They said it. They said Batman killed Joker.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, can I tell you? I pitched this to Hannah the other day. I want a Condiment King. I want a Condiment King movie in the style of Joker.
Yes.
And I want Hugh Jackman to play him like really bad. Like really bad.
Have it be a sequel to Good Burger.
I want it. Oh my god. Didn't Good Burger get a sequel?
I'm pretty
sure
it
did. 2 movies, I believe.
I will still watch the first Good Burger. You know what? I'm going to go on Amazon right now and see if it's available. I'm going to do it right now.
They're making a second one, but it's not out yet.
Okay.
You guys go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. I'm doing something here.
Thor says he's not leaving anytime soon.
Never heard of him.
Thor who? Thor. Well, yeah, he saw that Captain America pee, and he was like, yeah, Woody.
Wait, what?
Chris Evans leaked his dong.
Well, I knew about the
allegedly.
Wow, phrasing, my dude. His dong leaked all over the place. Gross, man. You mean he accidentally posted a dick pic to Instagrammy?
Yeah.
So how did that go? What happened? Because
how good would you feel? How good would you feel if you saw that and you're like, dude, my dong is bigger than Captain America's? Awesome.
Gave him muscles, but didn't give him anything else.
Oh my God! Apparently, the super soldier serum was steroids the whole time. I knew it.
I didn't
We shouldn't
read
say it's his
anything.
because
I
it
just
has
like
it doesn't have
saw.
a face, but
So
Guys.
I saw like I didn't see the picture. I saw like things just being like Captain America did this. I was like,
Guys.
what happened? I left the internet for 12 hours and it just got crazier. I was like, damn.
his brother.
I can get Good Burger for $3.74
On DVD
That's
or
a
Blu-ray.
steal.
Well, DVD. Who's getting a Blu-ray of Good Burger?
Shh.
Do they even have it? Ooh, I could get Harriet the Spy and Good Burger DVD
Oh,
set.
that is a good combo.
Why is there not a? Oh, will the DVDs at least be orange like the VHS tapes?
They better
No.
be. But what happened was he was playing some kind of game on Instagram and uploaded his camera roll, and it just happened to be one of the photos. And
Like his
there's
whole
no
camera roll?
just I'm not sure of the
Likely
details,
story.
but there's
Why
no
would
face in it, so there's no guarantee it's his. But yeah, I mean, look, come on.
There's no guarantee.
Why would you do that? Why would you?
What do you mean?
Why?
What do you mean?
Why would you do it? And
Do
as a
what?
celebrity, you think you would have those photos in like the
Especially
calculator
after-
app that locks your photos up so your parents
Especially
can't find
after
them?
the fappening.
Your parents? What is he fucking 20? Like what? Are
He's
you
a
doing?
celebrity. He should have them in the app so that you have to put
He's
a code
still
in
a
just to
fucking
get to
person,
him.
and he's a guy who probably gets his fuck on constantly. He's Captain America. He's Chris Evans.
Is he not
I
married?
think he's got a girl. He's got a new girlfriend, I think.
Okay.
Is he not married? Well, what? Fucking married people don't bang? Well, okay, sorry, but you know.
Seen a lot of celebrity married couples complaining about not having sex.
Well, I know non-celebrity people who complain about not having
Yeah.
sex.
But it's always funny to hear celebrity couples complain about because you're like, you know, they have all the money. What are they bitching about? Come on, just go fuck. You're working. You got money.
It's not even the money.
You
It's
can
just like look
afford
at
everything you need.
But look at him for fuck's sake. It's like
You
he
look
gets-
fine. Just let's go fuck.
He gets
like,
the difference between other actors and MCU people is that you are getting paid to work out. Like you're getting your money.
you're also
to make
getting
the film.
paid to not put dick pics on the internet.
Well, to be fair, if anything, it's creating more publicity. That they probably want all their actors to get naked.
To be fair, I think he's out anyways, isn't he? He's
Oh
not.
yeah,
At least
Him
for
and-
now, until
him
they
and
decide
Robert Downey are both.
they
done.
want to get him back. You know, but he
Yeah.
wants to do some other shit.
Well, him and Downey don't ever have to come back if they don't
wants
ever
to,
want to. Dude, you
Right.
could you don't even think about the fact that like within and don't put it past fucking Disney to try it, but fucking hell, man, you could probably make a TV channel or a streaming service at this point like DC universe style where it's
Mhm.
just anything affiliated with the MCU is on this thing. I mean, think about it. At this point, by the end of the next phase, you're going to have roughly 28 movies. I mean, that's at least 2 days worth of straight content.
Agent Carter, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they just got Daredevil back. They're about to get Luke Cage, but I don't think they have access to those shows
Yeah.
yet.
But even
No.
if you didn't need them, I mean, the
2
MCU
years
alone
after
is
they
like
ended.
syndicate. You could just syndicate it and run it on a 24-hour loop and just run
Runaways.
the movies.
Cloak and Dagger.
Because seriously, like there are pretty much like TBS and a lot of those other like really small channels. They're essentially just like Seinfeld the channel or Scrubs the
Well,
channel, you know?
Once they, I hate to say it.
Ridiculous.
I hate to say it because
Yeah,
I feel like
fucking
they're
MTV
cheating.
is pretty much ridiculousness the channel.
Yeah, yeah. Well, True TV is basically Impractical Jokers. That's all they.
But that's what I'm saying. You could literally just run the MCU movies on a constant loop 24 hours and people could
Mhm.
just drop in and just start watching from wherever they started.
Right.
It's insane because they're going to be so well known at some point.
Yeah.
That's just crazy to me. Blows my mind.
I'm just glad that Hemsworth is sticking around. He's obviously having a lot of fun.
My whole thing is I
He
just
said
hope
he
they
was
use him
gonna like
correctly.
just stop acting for a while. That's what he said like a year ago, I think.
Mhm.
So
I know
Yeah,
Chris
Maybe he
Evans
ran out
said
of
he
money.
wants to be a director.
Yeah, well, because probably doesn't want to work out all the time.
He wants to direct people to his photos.
To his Instagram page. Check out the dude.
Wonder how many more followers he got on that.
I like how pretty much every other of his fellow castman and his brother commented on it.
Right?
What?
Oh, Mark Ruffalo's the best one because he's like infamous for fucking up on the internet and doing stupid shit.
Streaming
like,
Thor.
That's still fucking funny to me.
What did they say? I didn't see any.
They're just making fun
of him.
Just jokes.
razzing him.
Oh,
I don't know any quotes. I don't care. But
well, yeah, I think Myke said his brother's tweet where he's like, "I've been away for 12 hours. What happened?"
Yeah.
Oh no, that was me. I literally said that to somebody that posted it. I was like, I left for 12 fucking hours when the internet got crazy. Or what happened?
That's funny because that's exactly what his brother said.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, shit. Now people are gonna think I stole it from him.
Hi,
Like I said, I was gone from the internet for 12 hours.
You're not original. Haha, get fucked.
I know, right? It's all good. Originality's overrated.
Gay.
Yeah, you can't get a job at Disney.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Perfect.
That's
Perfect.
terrible.
All right. So what else is going on, guys? Has anyone? Well, John, you talked about that Overlord movie.
I did.
Have you watched anything new lately, Tivis? Like any movies or anything? Like,
Kind of just before we started the pod,
did you watch
Michael and I were
Warrior
talking
Nun
about
yet?
how we picked up. No, I haven't. The Monsters for it's on sale right now, so I'm real excited to watch that show again. I love that show.
The Monsters is on sale. The complete original series, anyways, for $18 on Amazon. This is not an ad. Just go buy it because it's only $18. It also comes with the 2 original movies that coincide with the original show.
Oh snap!
And it also comes with the 1 episode that they colorized as well. So you get the episode in black and white and color. So that's pretty dope.
I think it's way better in black and white.
Yeah.
I think it's way better in black and white.
Well, we were diving into the Munsters, and they did the Munsters
the Monsters Today.
Munsters Today show, and that lasted longer than the original run, which is
3
sad.
seasons.
And then they had like 5 total movies, but the Munsters Today is like where they recast everybody, you know.
Yeah, it's a direct sequel set in the 80s. They Grandpa invents a pillow to help sleep better, and it causes them to go into like a coma for 22 years.
Grandpa also looks like he's like fucking 30 years younger. Like,
this isn't your grandfather's grandfather.
So
The Walking Dead's ending.
Yay!
Finally,
About
that should have
time.
ended a long time ago.
But they announced another spinoff, a 3rd spinoff.
Oh fucking hell!
Carol and Daryl.
Please, what? Please be titled that.
Carol and Daryl.
Yeah, they're getting their own spinoff together.
That's awesome.
At least it's not Carol Baskin. So,
fucking, I knew you were gonna do it. I knew you were gonna do it. I was trying not to.
Mission Impossible 7 started filming again. And
yeah, I saw the big motorcycle stunt. I saw it, Tivis.
Surprise, surprise. He's going to do another crazy stunt. Water's wet.
I love it.
Didn't they do one last time where he like was in space almost or some shit?
He did a halo drop.
Yeah.
Well, he did a halo drop, and then he did then he jumped across that roof and broke his fucking ankle, but still finished the scene, which was awesome. Mission Impossible Fallout might be one of the fucking coolest action films ever made. It is awesome. Fucking Henry Cavill reloading his biceps in the bathroom fight is like the coolest thing.
Look, all I can say is let Tom Cruise do whatever stupid stunt he wants.
Fuck yeah.
The Scientology gods are watching over him.
I do not give a shit about this Top Gun sequel. I guarantee you it'll probably be ass. But
is that what they're filming now? Is Top Gun? They're finishing up, right?
They're either finishing it up or have already finished filming, if I remember correctly.
But then they're starting on the new Mission Impossible.
Mission
one now.
Impossible. So, man, I'm telling you, I cannot wait for all the flying scenes. Like, I do not care if the movie sucks. I just want to see that stuff.
Do you think they're going to take that one to space too? Because I heard about an experimental plane that appears in the.
I don't think they'll go to actual space,
Look,
but I could see them going like to the edge of the Earth to kind of see like in the stratosphere.
When are they gonna just combine Fast and Furious and those films? Like,
I'd rather not, because Fast and Furious already sucks.
How would you know? You don't even watch the movie.
I watched Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw is not a Fast and Furious movie. Fuck off with that bullshit.
It said Fast and Furious on it.
All right, let's mute this bitch right here.
Said Fast and Furious
get the fuck out. And you just laughed like Adam Sandler, just so you know.
Oh, he's got a new Halloween movie, which I'm excited for.
Hotel Transylvania 3.5.
No, but those are good films.
I've actually heard good things, at least about
I actually like those.
First one looked good.
Really good for kids.
Why's it got to be just for kids? You like it? Shut up.
Because there's not a lot of Adam Sandler stuff. Yeah. Oh, I like a lot of kids stuff. So.
What? Fuck off. 8 Crazy Nights. Every kid should watch that. It's great.
Have you watched that movie?
Yes. Okay. Yes, that was the joke. And I like how Tivis just like randomly fucking agreed with me. It's like, no child should watch that.
Learn about the Jewish people.
Yeah. We need our representation. Thank you, Adam. You nailed it.
No, I really like most of Adam Sandler stuff. I'm not a big fan of his serious work, but
how dare you?
Are you serious, bro?
Best.
Like his serious stuff is pretty good. I mean, Spanglish was kind of meh.
Yeah, Punch Drunk was a little too weird for me, but it was all right.
The cobbler on Netflix was pretty good.
Looked all right. I liked Bedtime Stories. I don't know why everybody fucking shit on
Bedtime
that
Stories
so
was great.
I thought that was fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not a serious movie though. It's still a comedy.
Well, duh. I was talking about movies that just catch shit though. But it definitely was a lot more. Yeah. Bedtime, that's like considered in the realm of where he started to go downhill. And I think Bedtime Stories is relatively I would put Bedtime Stories on the area around Click.
Click is good.
Go rewatch Bedtime Stories because I recently watched it again.
Well, the story parts are fucking absurd. The story parts are absurd, but when they go into real life,
no, even in the real life shit, dude.
Because I know they ended kind of cartoony with like they were like on the roof and the fireworks went off or something. I think that's how it ended before it cut to credits. I can't remember the way it ended. I remember it was like starting to like almost like cross
into each other.
With
I'm one of those weird, rare people that actually like Jack and Jill. So,
oh, you're a bad person. Holy shit! I would have to check that out because I've watched a couple of the scenes where it's just like this is like the Nutty Professor, but like way worse.
Yeah, it's so
like really
it's
bad.
so dumb. I love it.
Man, I like Adam Sandler series. Shit, everybody's talking about Uncut Gems. Holy shit.
That's an anxiety attack. A 2.5 hour anxiety attack.
I liked him in Rain on Me with Don Cheadle. I like that a lot.
Uncut Gems, look, if you're going to watch Uncut Gems, you have to set aside the time to watch it. And you have to make sure you've already had, like, I guess it depends on how you are, but if you've had a really stressful day, don't sit down and watch that fucking movie.
Yeah.
Did he get an award for that?
I don't think so. He probably
no.
should have.
Oh, that
I
means
think the movie did. I think the movie did. I just don't think he did.
Right.
That kind of makes me happy because he promised if he didn't win an award, he was going to make the worst film he's ever made on purpose.
Nice.
Did he already make
I thought he already did that with I thought he did. How dare you? Zohan is better than Jack and Jill. I can guarantee that.
That's one of his comedies I can't get behind. I don't know.
It's really not that great, but fucking hell, it's so stupid.
Mariah Carey's cameo in that, she just looked like she didn't even fucking want to be there.
I don't think anybody wanted to be there. The guy who the Let's Get Ready to Rumble guy was like the villain of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think people forget about that shit too. No, let's be fair. The best Adam Sandler movie ever made was Happy Gilmore. And we all know this. We all know it.
I can agree.
And then Billy Madison.
I mean, he named his company after those two.
There you go.
That's what made
Boom.
him his millions.
You fucked. I liked him in Airheads too. I think that's a forgotten about comedy gem.
That's a nice cult classic, I think. It's not forgotten about. It just has this cult following for real.
I don't know though, but you hear some of the cults be thrown out a lot lately.
What do you mean?
Like, like Scott Pilgrim still gets talked about. Fucking Boondock Saints comes up now and then.
Airheads was great. It had,
because everybody I think goes to Wayne's World before Airheads is I think what happens.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. Boondock Saints always seem like because I haven't met many people who haven't liked it. So to call that a cult.
Well, yeah, but it bombed at the box office though.
Yeah, all right, I can see that.
That's what cult classics are, like
it's
Evil
a cultural
Dead
thing.
How did that do poorly though?
Probably because of
people didn't go see it, Tivis. That's how movies
the R rating, the small budget. You got to remember, people like Ron Jeremy was in it. This was before Ron Jeremy was a meme. He was still a prolific porn star at the time.
Isn't he considered a rapist now or some shit?
Well, I'm sure he's getting allegations.
I haven't heard that, but I know he's got
allegedly
a disgusting apartment.
Michael,
allegedly.
Allegedly.
I need to learn that word. Allegedly.
Jesus.
I do know that someone took pictures of his apartment recently, and he lives in a dumpster.
Well, porn money is not strong money. The guy was in
that guy before.
VH1
money has nothing to do with it. He doesn't clean.
Can I make the argument that I'm upset that there was never a porn parody of Mario and Luigi with Ron Jeremy as Mario?
Just give him time.
Why?
It couldn't have been.
Dude,
it couldn't have been any worse than the actual Mario Brothers film.
He still works though.
I've really been wanting to watch that movie again.
It's
been years.
Fucking terrible, and it's great. I love it.
Mario?
The Goombas, they got everything wrong. It's just you watch that and it's did the same guy who made this went off and made Avatar The Last Airbender with Shyamalan? You got everything wrong.
Yeah.
They literally go, this is Luigi Mario, or no, it's Mario and Luigi Mario. They made Mario their last name.
Yeah. It was so bad that Nintendo has been scared to give out their license to anyone for decades.
I wouldn't. Fuck it. Don't.
Mario and Luigi Mario. That's Solo. How'd you get your last name?
Oh God, don't get me started. I still can't believe people defend that film. It's so. I get it because it's not as egregious as all the other ones, but it still fucks up a lot of stuff.
Rogue One is good. Rogue One doesn't fuck anything up.
They need to do a sequel to Mario with Wario.
What?
Wario Mario.
There's a video online right now of Fast and Furious Mario.
Wow. Oh yeah, I'd watch that.
Mario Kart's
basically
great.
Mario Kart. Yeah.
I love Mario Kart. I only want to play Mario Kart.
What else happened this week? Oh, Dune got a trailer.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Dune's it's all right. I'm just worried. The movie really needs to be 4 fucking hours long, and they need 3 of them to be 4 fucking hours long for them to do the story any justice.
I don't even care about that, but somebody did a side by side, scene by scene, so they took the new trailer, and all the scenes from that you could tell that they were recreating from the original film, they put side by side with the old movie.
Yeah.
It's the old movie is cheap looking, but it's interesting because there's practical stuff and weird colors and it's trippy. This just looks the new trailer just looks really has a bland color palette and looks really fucking generic. You know what I mean?
Say the trailer didn't really grab me.
It just looks really boring.
It has some cool elements and that's about it. Like I said, I've read the books and I really enjoy the books. If you can read those books, I suggest read them because
you could probably just stop it if you can read. There you go. Shit, I'm out.
The books are pretty good because they okay. The complaint I have heard from a lot of people about the books is that the books don't make that much sense, that you have to keep reading them over and over to grasp what's happening.
Mhm.
And I feel like if you're doing that, you're just not reading right.
Damn, you're watching movies wrong.
Right? You're doing it wrong. No. Like, it shouldn't take like 20 reads to understand the book, I guess. Well, I can't say that because theologists still go over the Bible all the time to understand
There we
more shit.
go.
So I guess I should just shut the fuck up.
There we go.
And there also could be, some foreshadowing stuff. Like, I mean, I've
Right.
read the fucking Harry Potter books 7 times a piece, and there's stuff in those early books that that don't have any merit until way later on.
Well, I've read all the Dune
Because
books
it's
except for the ones
because
in
they probably
2000.
weren't supposed to have merit, but she fucking wrote herself into a corner and then had to bring something out of her ass. One of my favorite things is a perfect example of that shit is her making the invisibility cloak a fucking Horcrux. That just proves somebody doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
How does that one?
Because they do that in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Because the way that they introduce the invisibility cloak, they make Ron say it like it's just a fucking, like it's just as special as the expensive ass broom that he got for Quidditch. Oh, that's an invisibility cloak.
They do make note that it's better quality than.
Cloak.
But if it's a, oh my god, so stupid.
Another visual joke.
Actually, that was really funny. Well done.
For
like,
audio listeners.
But if it was a Horcrux, it's like you think that would have a bigger. That would be a bigger
No, not
deal.
a
It'd be under
Horcrux.
lock
It
and
was
box.
a Hollow. Deathly Hollow.
Sorry, yeah. But you'd think Dumbledore would fucking know that, and that shit would be under a fucking lock and key. Like Harry wouldn't just be fucking around with it. And the way that Ron
Dumbledore
talks
does a
about
lot of dumb shit.
Yeah, well,
I don't think he's as smart as he's made out to be.
fuck. That's always good. That's good to know. Make our characters retarded so things happen. Gotta love that. Thanks, Admiral Haldo. Dumbledore didn't tell anybody the plan. Good job.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
I know that's the wrong.
Who are you,
character.
fishman?
Doing it on purpose.
Ugh. Or like the
Or someone
fucking
yells.
or the fucking sorting hat. You can pull a sword out of it. I mean, why just have Harry pull it out of his ass? Send it to
Ow.
the poop dimension. Thanks, JK. Fucking hell. Her initials are spot on. Fucking spot on, JK. Ugh.
Okay.
Tolkien remains supreme.
Okay.
And Michael still hasn't finished them.
The
What are we at now?
movies, not the
Almost 2
books.
years?
Holy
Almost
shit,
2 years?
dude.
Almost 2 years now? Almost 2 years?
I
Have
really
you read
like
the books, John? Have you read
Yes.
the books? Okay. When?
I really like the Legends.
Back in
episode
fucking
with
high
him.
school, though, but yes.
What was that, Tivis?
I was just saying I really like the Legends episode with him.
Oh, yeah.
J.R. Tolkien?
Yeah.
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 R.R.
They put everybody in that show, dude.
No, it's better with George Lucas.
George Lucas. They did Obama, which was kind of fucked up that they do Obama with like
Gorilla
what's
Grodd.
the villain Gorilla Grodd? I thought that was fucked up.
Why?
Fuckers. Fucked
Why?
Up.
Tell me why.
Tell me
Why?
why. I
Why,
never
Michael?
wanna hear.
No,
you
you're not getting out of this with a
say
meme.
I want.
No, you're not getting away with a meme.
away.
Not getting away with it with a meme.
Because it is.
Oh, okay. No specific reason why, huh?
No specific.
Just
reason.
don't like Gorilla Grodd, huh? Is that your problem with it?
Nope.
All right. I don't know the correlation there, Michael.
Actually, I really like the episode of Gorilla Grodd where him and Flash join together.
Yeah.
You know?
Gorilla Grodd gets Flash's powers, the speed powers. It's pretty dope.
Do you though?
Yeah.
No?
Do you really?
Yeah. I wish
Alright.
the CG was a little better, but it was
Yeah.
cool.
King Shark always looked good.
I was gonna say, whatever happened to King Shark? Is he dead?
No, their CGI budget is though.
No, isn't he just like
Is he a person?
in
No.
he's a person in the shark body, so he's like with his wife trying to figure out how to get unsharkanized.
That's right.
Oh, that must
He-
have happened recently then.
He needs an
Yeah.
unsharkinator.
Okay. That's a shame.
Speaking of innators.
Batman shark repellent. It's in the Adam West movies. What? Why is everybody going quiet? Fucking hell. Wake up,
In
you
the
two
Adam
fuckers.
West movie, not movies. Because there was only one.
Well, he's got animated movies now.
Nah,
Oh, Jesus.
that doesn't count.
They're in the same vein.
No.
They're sequels.
They're in the same
Listen
artery.
here, sir, they are not.
Sir. Wow. All right.
Just because he can't do them in person anymore, they don't count.
I didn't know Tivis got fucking knighted
Just because
by
he can't
Queen.
do them in person, he can't do them at all. He's not.
Well, when they were making them.
That's not true. They're about to make a movie with James Dean. Shit, they puppeted around Carrie Fisher's fucking corpse for Rise of Skywalker.
It would have been really cool to see him suit up as the Batman again one last time.
You can.
No, he can't. Unless
CGI.
they buried him that way.
CGI, bitch.
He should be a portrait in all future Wayne Manors.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll put it right above Kevin Conroy's dead Bruce Wayne. It'll be perfect. Thanks, Batwoman. Fucking hell. I still can't believe you guys were okay with that. I hate both of you for that, by the way.
I'm just
You
mad
made me. You both made me on the island by myself like I'm crazy for watching the first live-action iteration of a Kevin Conroy Bruce or Batman, and he gets fucking yeeted into
I heard
a fucking electric console.
I heard Kevin Conroy talk about that too.
Yeah.
On the Michael Rosenbaum podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure he loved it and was like, I felt so lucky to be there.
They didn't give him the script until he showed up on set.
You know why? Because he probably, one, wouldn't have said yes, and two, probably there was no script until that day.
He said he enjoyed doing an evil Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I would make the argument he already kind of did with Batman 2000 or Beyond or whatever.
He said that the fans didn't like it, but he's like, I liked it. I like doing it anyways.
Well,
good. Sure, he's done the character for so long. Playing a different version of it probably was refreshing.
He was sad though that they didn't get it. He didn't get to wear the cowl though.
Yeah, stupid DC.
That was. Maybe he'll get redeemed in the Flashpoint movie. You know, because the universe is all reset anyways. So
I'm gonna go with no.
I'm gonna go with yes.
Bring it back as a zombie.
Hey, but that's not a. Hey, you were right about fucking DCU Flash coming on the Crisis, so you might get another one.
Maybe.
You never know. Fucking Hail Mary. Yeet.
Sometimes I don't like to be right about those stupid things.
To be fair, I keep saying, I never in a million years thought it was going to happen, but it ended up being like the only part of the crossover that I really enjoyed because I was like, all the Flash shit, the Flash shit was the only stuff I actually enjoyed.
It was cool. And then like a few weeks later, he choked a fan. So cool.
Yeah, awesome.
Good job, CW.
Harder, Daddy. Oh man. No.
What are you talking about? WB
Wait, allegedly? Am I supposed to say allegedly for that one, even though there's video proof? Allegedly.
Video footage.
Because some people are like, it's fake, and it's not fake, and then it is fake, and even if it was fake, does it fucking matter? He still did it on camera.
Don't talk too openly on the internet, Michael. That is how you get suicided in a cell somewhere. All by yourself. You're going to get Epsteined. There's a DC Warner Media exec right now going, we can't have this.
The WB mob.
It's not like, you know.
Is that the guy who made that theme song, What the Fuck, CW? Kill him! Someone's going to have a case of the no brakes in his car tomorrow.
Damn.
What happened, sir? He came down with a case of cut brachiitis. Is that a thing? No? All right.
They're going to Godfather you?
Oh, man. Was that a pizza? Oh, yeah. People probably don't know Godfather's Pizza exists. I'm sorry. I think that's a Midwest thing. Don't mind me. No, wait. There was one in Florida, but it was at a gas station, though. Anyway, why you guys let me ramble? Like, fucking, where are you guys? Help me.
Now I want pizza.
Fuck yeah. We went from breakfast. Oh, dude, we could get
plenty of pizza boxes right here.
We could get a breakfast pizza.
I don't know what that entails.
Oh, do you get to? Oh, Michael, are you gonna shout out the person who thought your fucking background was like legit your setup?
No,
Oh,
because he might come on. He might. He was talking about coming on.
oh, are you gonna bring him into the dungeon lair with you?
Yeah.
Record down there.
Yep.
Why is there no echo? You're in a cave.
Echo. I can turn some echo on.
Oh, man. Oh no. Fasten seatbelts.
So okay, we did DC Fandome because there wasn't much that I wanted to talk about, anyways, besides
Big
the
surprise.
shows.
You had something you wanted to say last week we didn't get to. Do you remember what it was?
Oh yeah, it wasn't something necessarily I wanted to say, but something more to talk about.
Oh shit.
I'm not sure if we have a lot of time left today. I guess we could go on it. So
Do it.
My
If we
thing
run out of time, we can
was-
always pick back up next week.
I guess so. Let's see here. I already talked about that.
Just saying, 4 episodes of The Boys have been out. That's kind of cool.
So no, I didn't write it in my notes exactly how I was gonna phrase it. But I want to talk to you two to get both of your opinions, and then I'll give mine too. Of course, if there's enough time and shit for us. But for entertainment, like all three of us enjoy entertainment.
Man, I assume we're using the word entertainment loosely when it comes to us three.
No, I mean like we enjoy entertainment.
Sure.
Well, I mean, I never would say
contrary to belief about me, I do enjoy media from time to time.
We are not entertaining at all. Nobody listens to us.
We're funny looking. Pow.
But with entertainment and shit, like I've been thinking lately, like a lot about what it truly means for me, like what I take from entertainment, what it gives me as value, besides like something to talk about, and besides something to may possibly get mad at, like what it really has done for me throughout my life, shit like that. Because people are always saying, you know, they're just movies, they're just this, it's just music. But then, like we have already referenced on here, we have like the Black Panther comes out, and it's a big cultural thing, and it means a lot for a lot of people. And so, like, entertainment is supposed to mean more than just here's something to waste an hour or so of time with, you know. Now there is some entertainment where it's just that's what it's good for, but entertainment as a whole is supposed to be something to, I don't know, for me, like engage, build yourself up with. You know, a lot of shit goes on in the world, and it's great to have a place to just escapism.
Yep.
So I would like to talk about that, like with you guys, see like what it is that media means to you and shit, like, or how you go at media with your life.
Just to start, it's funny that you mentioned the we put it in the background kind of thing. It's like, well, usually when you talk to people about that kind of stuff, it's usually stuff that they're already pretty well known in. Like most people's like go-to shows that they put in the background, I always hear people say like something like Parks and Rec or The Office or How I Met Your Mother, you know, sitcoms or shows that they've watched already, and they're just putting it in the background, or like a book they've already read and they do the audiobook version in the background, and they just kind of watch it passively, or they just put it on the background for them to do it. But you also got to remember music's part of all of that too. And I don't think anybody ever makes entertainment, quote unquote, or media for the sake of it not to be engaged with, like to be considered engaging or to actively entertain you. I don't think anybody other than like maybe like a YouTube person who makes like those, you know, 9-hour long rain ambient sound videos, like, you know what I mean? Unless that's the actual purpose.
That could be to help you go to sleep, you know.
But I don't know if that's necessary. But I don't think that's necessarily called entertainment. I think that's something completely different.
Right.
I would almost argue that's therapeutic. But like the idea of like you are making a movie or a song or writing a book or something like that, you're not going through all of that trouble to go, wow, I really hope somebody doesn't really pay a lot of attention to this. I hope they just turn it on while they're folding their laundry and never pay attention. So that is the interesting concept of the idea that there's so much media that we passively watch stuff now.
Right.
And I think that's fine. It's nice to have, but I don't like the idea that people are seeking things or being okay with that standard versus the idea of having something that you like, but it's like, well, I know it enough that I don't have to actively engage, if that makes sense. Like, I think Parks and Rec is a really, really good show, but I can put it on TV and not pay attention to it and get constantly hooked. But there are scenes when it's like, oh, that scene comes on, I can't help myself, I'm watching it. Right. Or like Rocky, like that movie pops on and it's like, oh, when the fight happens, I'm sitting there like fucking watching it. And then when some of the other scenes I don't care about, like, okay, I'll go back to folding laundry or whatever the hell I'm doing. I don't know. I always found that funny. I like the idea that you brought that up. Because I think everybody's guilty of doing it. And I don't use the word guilty like it's a bad thing. I just find it interesting that we have so much media that we literally use some of it as white noise.
Right.
Which I think is detrimental to, again, we've brought this up, the oversaturation of stuff. I think that's why quality dips, because I think people just get away with stuff. I might actually give a theory about some things, but I want Tivis's
opinion,
thought process.
With my music is probably the only one I can put on in the background because I don't know what it is, but I tend to be like hyper focused on stuff. And that's, I think, why I have trouble with subtitles. Because I'll end up reading and miss what's happening on the screen, not paying attention. And it's a mess. My brain, for some reason, can't process that, and it sucks. But I think the reason I gravitate towards more lighter stuff is I just, I want stuff to cheer me, make me happy. I mean, fucking See Spot Run, I could watch that movie hundreds of times. It just makes my day. But for other forms of entertainment, like gaming and stuff, that's where I'll go more serious or action-oriented and things. Just because I feel like I'm more engaged because I'm playing the character, if that makes sense.
Well, I think that's the inherent nature of the thing. A story doesn't progress unless you make it.
Oh no!
In a video game, like versus a movie. What happened?
What's he doing? You're good, Tivis.
No. Well, now he did.
Now you did.
No, yeah, but I guess what I would say, it's like that's the big difference with video games versus movies. Like shit, you look at something like The Last of Us 2, that's very narrative heavy, and like if you don't move your character forward, the story doesn't progress. But at the same time, that doesn't feel as active as some of the other games you play, like even Telltale games or something I always talk about. It's because it's kind of a passive thing. But yeah, I mean, of course you'd be more engaged with a video game, you'd hope, just because of the nature of you.
But that's where
essentially
I tend
being
to
the character.
Be more action, because it's like my movies. I don't know. It just doesn't. If I want to sit down and watch something, I want it to like make me feel better. Like that's why comedies and stuff.
But would you not consider Aquaman to be an action film?
It's a very lighthearted action film,
but still
very colorful.
But still an action film. I mean,
I'm thinking
Thor Ragnarok. That's.
I went to the drive-in once to see Mission Impossible and God, what's that other one that came out around the same time? Like Henry Cavill's in it too.
Oh, Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yes, both of those back to back, and
I like Man from U.N.C.L.E.
It was not a good time for me.
Yeah, not sure how that correlates, I guess, but yeah, I suppose. I totally get when you say more serious, like Pursuit of Happiness is a really good film, but I'm not gonna watch that because I don't feel like fucking crying for an hour and feeling half depressed by the time I'm done with it.
Right.
But there's something nice about seeing dramatic films because you get a chance to see a situation you might not be in and can force you to kind of empathize. Big thing I always tell people, it's like, you kind of assume that a lot of more grounded things, even some spectacular stories, have probably happened in real life. This is just a huge metaphor, and it's just being wrapped in this weird, wrapping paper to just make it colorful and engaging and a little more approachable for other people, I would suppose.
Yeah.
Like trying to think, because everybody's been sucked into Looney Tune land and had to fight aliens in a basketball game for the sake of control of Toontown, who hasn't had to deal with that? But we all know it's a metaphor for Michael Jordan, having to get pulled out of his comfort zone and go play baseball instead of basketball. We all know that. That was the whole theme of the film, right?
Oh yeah. Was he playing? He was playing golf.
Yeah. Well, he was playing leisurely.
Baseball. He got picked up at golf. Yeah.
He was leisurely playing golf.
Yeah.
Was he actually ever? I think he was an amateur golfer. I don't think he was a pro golfer.
Really? I thought he just tried to do golfing for.
Well, I think he tried. I don't think he ever made it into the pros. I think because with like golf, there are tiers. It's kind of like baseball where you have like the minor leagues, major leagues.
Gotcha. Just so our audio listeners know, Tivis has left us for a minute. We're not sure where he went.
Yeah, Tivis is having a tism right now with his internet and the poor.
Yeah, like, he said his internet just shut off. Okay.
Right. Time to reboot.
He might be back on with us. He might not. We'll find out, people.
Must live in Australia. No.
All right, so for me, like, I've always looked at media as, I don't know, like I've used media for many different things, like listening to music. Of course, everybody fucking listens to music, but I always used listening to music as escapism when I was younger because of shit around the house and stuff, and same with reading books, just get me out of this situation I'm in at the moment, type of thing. So when I started doing more movies and TV shows, especially with the amount of non-episodic TV, I guess you would say, what is it, serial TV? Is that what it's considered now? I don't fucking.
Well, I don't know. Serials have episodes.
Yeah.
You mean non-linear?
I don't know. Non-episode or non. Yeah, I fucking know what I mean, people.
Okay. Maybe a more anthological kind of thing.
So, to me, like, watching TV and watching movies is not necessarily about the story within. Yes, that's a big part of it, of course. Like, if I gravitate towards the story, it's cool. If I understand what the story is actually telling me rather than, putting it right out on Front Street.
Just gonna sit back here.
It's kind of cool. But I enjoy just being able to escape in general, just with anything. Like Warrior Nun. Warrior Nun is not like the best TV I've ever fucking seen, but I love it because it's something that takes me completely out of my mindset of everything, just because it's so fucking over the top. It doesn't it has moments in there where it's like, this is what this means, or this is what this means, but it's not like heavy-handed like a CW show. Even Lovecraft Country.
I'm following you. I'm trying to figure out where your point is.
So my point is, like, with media and me, I don't really have a point. I just love watching and listening to shit just to escape from the perils of everything. Like, media was literally there for me when I first started having, well, it's always been there, I guess you could say. But I didn't start diving into it until I got a little older because I was always doing something else. I always had like sports or something like that I was doing at that time frame. And it wasn't until I got older, well, besides music, of course, it wasn't until I got older that I started diving more into TV and movies, as opposed to like most people that are hardcore with movies and stuff like that, like you said Jurassic Park got you into wanting to do films, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I grew up. I saw RoboCop when I was like probably way
Right.
too young to watch
Oh
that.
yeah.
And,
We all did that shit. Um. Yeah,
yeah,
I
my
don't
family never steered me away from movies
anything.
and big things. Yeah, if I,
Yeah.
they were just like they always just assumed that I could handle myself when it came to the things I watched. And I mean, obviously to a degree, they're not letting me watch fucking porn and shit like that. But like,
Right.
I saw Terminator 1 and
Yeah.
the sex scene, like, when
Oh
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
and shit like that.
When that hold on a sec. Yeah, when I was younger, we watched everything. Fucking Terminator,
Yeah.
RoboCop, all that shit. Terminator 2 we went to see in theaters, which was pretty dope. I was way too young to see that in theaters, but okay. Thanks, Mom. Um I watched a lot of horror movies growing up though. A lot
Yeah.
of like shit I shouldn't have watched probably. I mean, we probably shouldn't have watched a lot of things that
As you wear your
anybody ever
good guy's
watches,
doll hat and with
right?
Chucky on it.
um But like that was like my main thing into movies actually, I would say, is the horror genre. Besides sci-fi, I guess sci-fi and horror were probably
Yeah.
my main two movie genres. And they've still stuck with me today just since I was a kid. And it's always meant a lot to me to be able to use those because sci-fi and horror, those are
Yeah.
two of like the most extreme escapisms I feel in genre. Because action movies, yeah, like a Fast and Furious, that's escapism for sure. Hyperbolic action, shit like that.
Mm.
But it's also like the first one, the first Fast and Furious movie, it's like, okay, that could happen. I could see that in real life.
Yeah,
Not
but I
until
mean,
The Rock starts punching fucking missiles.
yeah. But I mean, I would still argue Fast and Furious is still escapism. It might not be for
Oh yeah,
everyone.
no, it is. But I'm saying like,
Well, I think you're equating escapism with fantastical, and I think
maybe yeah,
they're not necessarily. I don't think they're necessarily two different things. Because yeah, because honestly, the movie like The Rock could happen. With
oh
Ed
yeah,
Harris and all that.
yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Or if you watch Bad Boy, you watch Bad Boys or something like that. It's
Yeah.
like these are
So I
really.
basically don't think I know what I'm trying to say.
I
Besides the fact that I
get you
just
have like
love this
3
shit.
you have like 3 points going, and it made
Yeah.
it seem like you kind of had a point you were going towards.
Right.
Kind of like the idea of like, because you're like, well, what is movies for? Because in a roundabout, I imagine this, because obviously you have to use people as comparisons to start the conversation.
Right.
So you obviously look at me, and we've had the discussion, and people are like, oh, John, people would always use overtly passionate, maybe even like
Right.
really into when it comes to film and ideas like that. It's because I think people get it twisted that I can do things in multiple ways. It's like, do I want to just sit down and just enjoy it? Yeah, absolutely. Do I want to sit down and it's maybe something I've looked forward to, and I know a lot of the story going into it. It's a sequel, so now I have all these questions, and I'm ready to see some stuff. And let's see, is it going to be like when you sit down and watch Rogue One? I know all the lore,
Right.
but I just want to watch it and see what it does. But then if it does something egregious and it takes me out, that's when the other mind starts to come in. But if it's just I'm watching it, I'm not thinking about it because I'm just hyped. I'm on the hype train.
Right.
I mean, we've had this discussion with me about Black Panther, like even nowadays, even Infinity War starting to kind of wane on me because Endgame didn't really deliver as much as I'd hoped. So like, it's this idea of like, you let a lot of things pass because you went there going to just have fun or just watch the movie and not think about it, just take it in and enjoy it. But then when I go back and rewatch stuff, I watch it with a different eye, and I notice new things and potentially could make me like it even more. And I still had another experience.
I think that's
And
that was weird.
Yeah. You know, I could go back and watch Terminator 2 and find all these things I didn't notice because I already know the story. Now I know where everything ends, but now I get to see how much attention to detail did they have getting me there?
Right.
And did it all make sense? Versus like I'll watch the first episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and go, this is cheesy as fuck. How did I ever watch this? But now you're enjoying it on a like, oh my God, I thought that was cool. But you still like have the nostalgia built in.
Right.
But like, you can't tell me I can't go back and watch Rugrats or Hey Arnold or something and find so much, you know, everybody says the same thing when you go back and watch Looney Tunes or something as an adult, Tom and Jerry as an adult. You get to appreciate, you get to appreciate jokes you never would have thought of. But nowadays, I don't think there's a lot of that in film anymore. So I think they're being built for just the spectacle, escapism, fantastical notion without any of the depth and nuance that you used to get. Because like, you know, I would say Fast and the Furious is the movies that we started out with years ago, and Fast and the Furious 8 is the one that people think it was.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can only understand that.
And I really think movie making is showing their colors with all the remakes. Because you watch like Ghostbusters 2016 with the all-female cast. That is a bunch of people making something like what they thought the franchise was. And then you go back and watch the old film and you go, ooh, that is not even close.
Well, like,
it was a part of it.
So my thing is, I'm just trying to like, I guess I'm trying to talk it out to figure out, because I have a thought process in my mind about what I feel movies mean to me, but getting it out in words just sometimes it takes too long. And don't have 5 hours.
Yeah, right.
So I guess what I'm trying to like, how do you feel when you watch, when you're thinking about media, when you're not like thinking about the story arc and all that shit, when you're just thinking about what does media mean to John? Like, what does it mean to you besides like, I guess besides like using it as escapism and using it as a means for like the podcast and shit.
Yeah.
Like I love it. I don't understand why I love it. I know I utilize it a lot more as an adult too.
Yeah.
At least movies and shit like that.
I think I think it's just because it's a powerful medium that can get a lot of points across quickly. And sometimes some people don't even know it's happening. And I think storytelling is a huge thing. Like, people forget it's like, well, it's just media. It's like, well, no, the whole point is movies wouldn't exist without the basic concept of a story. Movies are just visual storytelling. The problem is sometimes there isn't really a story there. It's just a basic mashup of images that have enough like, I would say, already built-in characteristics that we can infer enough stuff and tell us that there was a story there, when it was just really a collection of scene by scene by scene. Like, if you watch like a Big Bang Theory, like watch a compilation on YouTube, right, of like the best of moments of season 2 of Big Bang Theory. You could splice all these scenes back to back to back, and you wouldn't even be able to tell if they were all the same episode. They're just random scenes, but the characters stay consistent enough and do the things that we expect them to do. You can put them in any situation and you're like, okay, yeah. But there's no, other than the fact that you have season 1 to where your characters end up in season 8, the progression of change is so minor that it doesn't require you to watch every single scene in order. With a lot of shows nowadays, like something a little bit more structured, like a Breaking Bad or a Dexter, you kind of need the episode beforehand to understand the next episode kind of shit. So like with me, you have movies and TV trying to constantly tell stories, and I think we've gotten a little bit away from that. We're more trying to distract you rather than engage you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like people are talking about escapism. And I think the idea of escapism, people also are equating that again, not only to fantastical, but the idea of like turn your brain off and enjoy it. I go,
Right.
you can enjoy something without overthinking it.
It's funny too, because like I do that sometimes. Like I'll
Yeah.
watch so many crappy things. I know they're crappy, but I'm
Yeah.
just like, I want to enjoy this today. So I'm turning off the John in my brain. But then there's other times where I'm watching something and I'm just like, I can't do that, because it's either I know they're
too bad.
Right, it's either too good or it's too bad, or I know that they're trying to be better and they're just completely failing at it.
Yeah.
Which happens a lot more lately than
Well, like I
people
said,
want
it's
to admit.
if Overlord had the sci-fi original movie sticker on it, I would have been like, damn, this looks pretty good. This isn't bad. Oh, all right. Oh, they got some names. Oh, this isn't bad. And it's like I'm like, fuck, for a sci-fi original film, that was all right. My expectations were really different. But then you have me watching Octopus on sci-fi original movie, and it's like, man, this isn't even good for that. Like, this is bad.
Octopus or Sharktopus?
No, it was Octopus. It was just called Octopus, but it was on that level. You know, it's like military submarine runs into a gigantic ass squid octopus thingy. That's like
called the Kraken,
right? And it's just like, it's so overtly bad that like, okay, now I can't even have fun. But you watch a Sharknado, it's like, well, it's supposed to be bad. Like,
right.
You know, you have that mentality.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing I feel a lot of people can't get past. Like, I don't know. I think I'm trying to just say it in a way that doesn't make sense to other people besides myself.
Well, it feels like a big roundabout version of everybody just always wants to say, it's like, not everything has to be a big discussion. I just like it. And I go, I think everybody gets to a point where it's like, if you don't want to have a conversation about the quality of something, don't engage with that conversation.
Right.
But if you feel the need to go out on and this is where I might be projecting a little bit, I apologize. So this isn't
go ahead.
necessarily geared at you. But in general, the idea, like, people go on Twitter and it's like, God, I just wanted to post my opinion. It's like, yes, on a public platform where people might have another opinion. And the difference of going, I think this film is really fun and great, and I enjoyed it. A lot of it turns into, this is the best Star Wars film, or this is like, this Mulan is the live action Mulan's like way better than the cartoon. Like, come on.
On Twitter, I'm usually pretty careful about how I word something. If I enjoy the film, I'll be like, dude, I love this film. Like, I love this film. Not, this is the best film ever.
But you fucking tell me that Tusk is like one of the best Kevin Smith films.
John.
Like, we're about to fight.
Well, no, one, Tusk is not one of the best Kevin Smith films. That would be Chasing Amy. Two,
I would agree.
Red State is a lot better than Tusk for his horror genre.
I think
by far.
I'll give you that. I think so.
You fucking just hated Tusk like so much. You can't tell me Red State is not 100% better.
Well, I just want to be fair.
Story is just even better in general.
I just want to be fair because John Goodman's in it, and I'm already biased because I like him. Two, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Me either. I want to rewatch it. I like the cinematography, and I like John Goodman, and I like all the actors, basically all the lead actors in it. Anyway.
You know the girl. The girl was the like main character they were going to focus on for Scrubs season 9.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I remembered her when I first
Kevin
watched
Smith has his wife shot in the head. That movie. Ralph Garman's even in it too. I don't think he talks though. I don't know if you know who Ralph Garman is.
That's the guy, the dude on his podcast, right? On one.
But he also does a lot of the Seth MacFarlane stuff. He's on the Orville as one of the aliens with like this big old tentacly thing. He shows up and
I'd know him if I saw him.
Yeah, you'll see it. You'll know. Because he can't see out of his face mask. But he's also in Yoga Hosers. You haven't watched Yoga Hosers yet.
No.
But he's like the main baddie in Yoga Hosers.
I get the spirit of the question. The idea is like, I think the whole point is, well, here's my thing.
Yeah.
Here's my thing is everybody, we have this weird cultural shift now with YouTube and the idea of reaction culture, which is what we're in right. I think we're in the age of reaction culture right now.
They watch something, they have to say something about it. You don't always have to write a 5-page article or a 20-minute video for everything.
Well, but okay,
so I pick and choose everything I write about too, which is funny.
Well, no, let me put it this way. Here, let me ask you something. So let's go back to the 90s. You and I, we're gonna go
do it. Let's go.
I know, right? Fucking,
I'm ready.
Get me up to 88 miles per hour, my dude. So you and I, we're friends, right? Hopefully.
We are? I don't know.
Guess.
I mean,
acquaintances.
I kind of know you, but
acquaintances.
I ain't seen your dick, so we ain't that good at
friends. We were social distancing before it was cool. So we're going to see a film together.
Yeah.
Might hold hands. Might drill a hole in the bottom of the popcorn. We don't know. But after the movie, what do people usually do? They talk about it.
Right.
That's what they do. And then when you'd go to school, most likely weekend, big movie, people are going to talk about it at lunch. You're going to have your friends. You're all probably going to talk about it. We're just doing that on a bigger scale now, thanks to the internet. But then we've added the factor now that you can make money off of these conversations now that you used to do. Playing video games with your friend and just chit-chatting and fucking around now has a monetary value in our culture.
Right.
So now the rush to become an authority on something that used to just be fun, the consumption part now is no longer the leisure fun part.
Right.
It's, it's that conversation after now.
Right. It's one reason too why I didn't want Operation Babble, a little meta, we're going to get meta here. Why I didn't want Operation Babble to consistently always be about that new movie that's coming out, or that new Netflix show or new Amazon show or all that shit. So, because I didn't want to turn into another one of those YouTube shows that's just like, hey, this is hot, so we're gonna clickbait everybody to listen to our shit. No, I want people to listen because they want to listen to us.
Well, and you lose substance too. You lose substance because then,
not only are you
binged 4 episodes in 2 days so you could talk about it, and then you missed a bunch of important
I think
moments.
I know what you're talking about, but okay.
Well, I'm just saying in general. I'm saying in general. But it's the same thing I talked about Mandalorian. Like, if somebody had me binge it, if all 8 episodes would have came out, I would have finished it.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether or not what I thought about it. And I might have actually said nicer things about it, but because it came weekly, I was able to see issues in each episode. And they were short enough I could rewatch them.
Also, you look at it too, like, I mean, it's hard because I go out and watch. Well, I used to go out and watch like a movie a week at least.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it just because I like to take it in. But I also didn't talk about every single movie I would go out and watch. I'd be like, hey, I watched this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, oh my God, like fucking this movie
Harriet
just
was life changing and I must tell everyone about it. Yeah, I know.
That movie had a lot of issues.
But you know what I mean. Yeah. It's like I never
even with on the reverse too. It's not like if I just like something, if I also found something negative, I don't have to go out there and tell everyone.
Well, I didn't even see Captain Marvel in the theater, and that was right before fucking Endgame came out. Yeah. And if that's not proof of like you don't need to see everything,
right?
And a lot of times
I've become like we both see lots of people that watch everything. Yes. TV shows, movies, etc. Even listening to music. It's like I used to be up on my music shit when I worked with music.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I'm just like, give me my top 4 or 5 artists and I'll try to follow them.
Well, and I
can't keep up with everybody.
Well, and it's just hard because it's like then you have these reviews of just like you watched a 2.5 hour thing and what you came away with was a 5-minute discussion on just basics. And I go, that's all you got? Yeah. Like me, I finally watched The Lighthouse.
Did you? How'd you like it?
Hannah and I watched it. It was weird. Hannah didn't like it. But she did agree. She's like, the black and white looked really cool and like the way they shot it was really neat.
Did she not like the 4:3 aspect ratio?
She actually liked all the technical aspects of it. She thought it was really
Okay.
engaging and different.
Okay.
She just didn't like. She's like, the story was really weird and it was
Right.
hard to follow. And I go,
Yeah.
I think that was kind of the point.
Yeah.
Because the way
That's-
that the way that the movie goes is you have Robert Pattinson's character show up to Willem Dafoe, who's essentially a lifetime light keeper.
Yeah.
Man. So
Yeah.
he's out there by himself. He's lost a couple of other people under either mysterious circumstances or they left based on if you believe his stories and whatnot. And so Robert Pattinson's character comes to try and help him, maybe make some money. Willem Dafoe needs help, blah, blah, blah. And then you deal with this idea of, is Willem Dafoe potentially crazy because he's been out here on his own for so long? Or then after a while of Robert Pattinson's character being out there and kind of getting shit talked to by Willem Dafoe and being alone, he starts to have this kind of like cabin fever issue. And, it's a real back and forth descent into madness is the best I can say. So the idea, like, I thought it was really cool, and the acting's fucking phenomenal, by the way. Like, the fact that Willem Dafoe wasn't even nominated for a fucking Oscar is atrocious. But both of them are great, and you just watch this weird descent into madness, and they're just drinking a lot, and then you find out Robert Pattinson's character isn't necessarily who he seems, and like the whole story is supposed to be really psychological. Like, who's the crazy one? Like, we don't know. And then like it ends like characters are gone for specific reasons, and you kind of just figure out, was it all a dream? Who did what? How, did it really go down this way? And it's a real big mind fuck. And I don't know if I necessarily liked the film, but I appreciated all the fundamentals, like the way it was shot and the acting and the way it was constructed. The story is a little out there. It's something I wouldn't mind rewatching just to see if I catch a little bit extra from it. But fuck, man, Hannah would never watch it with me a second time. But damn, I'd probably watch it again. Would I say I liked it? I would say technically yes. With the story, probably not so much, because I thought it was a little too open-ended, kind of a little bit too up to interpretation. So like I'd say, like, on a technical objective level, whatever, I'd say I'd give that probably like a 7 or 8. I think it's really intriguing. Subjectively, I'd probably say like a 5. Like, I probably wouldn't watch it again, but I thought it was kind of neat. So Spike. It says recording on my end.
Record over her bitch. Okay, so
Oh, you're blown out.
good. John decided to talk about the lighthouse and diss it, probably. I don't know. I couldn't hear
Dare you.
anything.
How dare you?
And then the whole internet just decided to shit out on me and Tivis.
Tism in and out.
Yeah. So that was fun.
Well,
Okay.
cool.
So John, basically, you were saying, I'm sure everyone's gonna hear what you said because
Yeah,
it was recorded on your end.
Because I'm a smarty pants and I know what I'm doing.
I think the audio recorded onto the video, so I hope you video people get to hear what John was saying as well. If not, I'll try and mess with some of the audio there. We were still Tivis. I know you dipped out on us earlier. We were still on, and now my green screen is just all fucked. So sorry for the video people. We were still talking about what media meant to us and stuff, and then we got on to The Lighthouse because John had finally watched it. And John, you said that Hannah didn't like it, but you thought it was okay.
I was fine.
But nothing great.
Yeah, I guess just in case, the kind of a summary, I guess if people are fucking dying to know what I think about The Lighthouse, because you guys talked about it a while back. I think it was you and Austin talked about it.
Yeah, me and Austin. Mosier.
Yeah, you can use my audio to figure that out, but pretty much to sum it up, I gave it like a 7 or 8 out of 10, like technically, like on an objective scale, because I think it was really well shot. The acting's insane. Everything looks really cool. The structure is great. It's just the story's a little strange. It's very like I don't know.
It's Robert Eggers that did that one, right? I'm not a director person, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I know he does like some crazy stuff though every so often. Like he did the Vitch, but it was the Witch, I guess.
Yeah,
but it was spelled the Vitch.
He's very like H.P. Lovecraftian when it comes to his kind of stuff. Like
maybe
it's very,
that's why I like it, because H.P. Lovecraft is like my favorite author.
Yeah.
For his stories, people
he
just careful.
To leave things up to interpretation and so I thought it was really interesting. It's just there's a lot going on, and it's so ambiguous that I don't find it necessarily satisfying.
Right.
For the ending and stuff, but I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I wasn't like unhappy. I'll probably watch it again just to make sure I didn't miss anything, because there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But for me, I said probably somewhere more around a 5, just because unless somebody really wanted to like dissect it with me, I probably wouldn't watch it again. Like I'm
sure,
gonna watch it a second time just to check it out.
I'm sure I can get that arranged with somebody who will dissect it for you.
I would love to.
Austin would probably love to.
It's really, because it's obviously really interesting, and like with all the mechanical, like all the technical aspects, it's not hard to sit through. It's just because of all the inference and like really ambiguous nature of the story,
right.
I go, I would like something a little more definitive, but I understand that, the idea of being able to infer and take what you will from it is kind of some of the fun with stories like that. So
yeah,
it was fine. I think it was a little overhyped, but
see, there's some stories. There's some stories that will be like that, and this can still be on the range of like why I enjoy media. But there's stories like that I really enjoy that they don't give me a definitive answer to it. Then. But then there's other stories that try to do the same thing. I'm like, fuck you, just tell me what it meant. Like, tell me what you mean, movie.
Well, the whole thing is like with Joker, I think that's why, because it does enough of it to where you can still, it's a straightforward story, but there's enough stuff like peppered in that you can infer things. Like, was it all in his head?
Yeah.
Was it all in his head? Did it stop being in his head at this point or this point? Or
is Thomas Wayne really his daddy and shit
stuff
like that? Yeah.
And you can infer and have fun with it.
Right.
Yeah. So stories can do it. It's just like sometimes when you do it too much, maybe you get somebody like me who's just like, yeah, the journey was fine, but I was kind of hoping for something with a little bit more of a destination,
right,
if you will.
Yeah.
But
I can understand that.
I thought it was good though. I think it was pretty good. I don't know if I'd ever watch it again. Girlfriend really didn't like it, so.
You going to sleep there, Tivis?
All right.
Tivis.
His internet killed him.
Can he hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
He looks so sad.
What's wrong?
He looks so sad. He's looking to the sky. He's like, "Sky, help me."
He's like, "Somebody, please."
Internet Lord,
end
save
this.
Me.
Fuck AT&T.
Yes, I agree.
Definitive. Okay.
I agree.
Well, no, because don't fuck
Max,
AT&T.
right?
They run. They're the ones who give us more seasons of Impractical Jokers. Don't fuck them, please. I want more seasons of that show when they can finally shoot that show again.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh no.
But there you go. That's how I got on Lighthouse. Sorry.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, I can agree somewhat on that. Like, I did like that the ending was left open on that film for sure. Because like if people listen to the one cast that I talked about that movie with Austin, like I was saying things that he didn't even think about, like, so that's cool where you can have different endings to different people. For stuff like that. So, or
even just like watching it, you have those two characters. Like I was saying, I call it the whole point of the movie. I would say you're watching a descent into madness. So you're under the assumption it's like you meet Willem Dafoe and he seems kind of off his rocker, and you can't
Yeah.
decide if like, has he always been like this? Did being out here drive him to this? What happened to, like, when they have little discussions, it's like, okay, all the other people who used to work out here, did they leave on their own accord, or did they get hurt? Or like the stories that Willem Dafoe's telling Robert Pattinson's character, are they true, or is he lying? And then you see Robert Pattinson's character start to get kind of cabin fever, and he starts to kind of go a little crazy, and you kind of wonder, like, ooh, is he going crazy? Is Willem Dafoe doing something to him? And then Robert Pattinson's character gives a reveal that he's not who he says he is. And because of that, it's just like, you get to figure out, it's like, are they both crazy? Is one of them crazy? Is Willem Dafoe actually sane? And this is all in Robert Pattinson's head. And you get to just kind of see weird things go. And it's so like strange and crazy that you're just kind of like, okay, I can't take anything for face value. I have to pay attention to everything. And so I think it's definitely a show. Like if you were entertained by it even in the slightest, it definitely requires a rewatch, because there's so much going on, especially like in the frame. Like, I don't feel like this movie wastes dialogue, and they don't waste screen time. Like, there's always something going on.
Right.
Especially for a lot of like static shots, like they tend to tripod up and just sit there and let them act, which is really refreshing in this day and age. So it's really interesting. But again, it's a little ambiguous for me. So I may not have gotten it as much as some other people would have enjoyed it, but I think it was really well made. I think it's really impressive. It definitely deserves the love it got, but it might have been a little overrated, but I still think it's all right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I don't know, Tivis. Is Tivis frozen on us again? I think so.
No, he's chilling.
All right. No, he's frozen.
He's chilling.
So,
Oh man.
moving forward then, along the lines of all this stuff, because God knows when we're gonna crash again today.
Yeah, right.
I just want to give my last words on it. I love entertainment. Even the bad shit, I still critique it, even though I love it. We can critique things we love. Ask my wife; she critiques me every day, and yeah, you know those days where you think you look dope as shit and hot, and then you walk into the kitchen and she's like, you look fucking stupid. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Critiquing is love, and love is critique. No, that's not right. So we lost Tivis again, just so audio people know. He stayed with us for about 2 minutes. So I think we should move away from all of that and end this episode anyways.
Well, I guess to finish it out is like, I think people need to not shy away from discussion of film. I think that's the fun part. I think the problem is like I said, now that this has become a chance to actually have authority, quote unquote, by like being an actual reviewer online, whatever that means. You know, I guess you would say just because you're getting paid or sponsored or whatever.
Right.
People want their opinions to feel legitimized and things like that. Like, I think it's just par for the course, but I think the fun part is in the discussion of the film. Like, what's the point of having these stories if we can't recant it to each other, you know?
And it's not always.
The whole point is
go on, keep going.
Well, like movies.
The whole point is.
Well, movies can be time capsules. Like I would even tell people, it's funny how I watch Last Action Hero, the Arnold Schwarzenegger film.
Mm-hmm.
And back then when it was made, those movies were still pretty on high order. Like, those were the films that were the ones they were mocking and parodying were very still part of the time. So it felt a little more like, it didn't feel quite as self-aware until like I rewatched it like a couple of years ago, or not even like last year. It's still like relevant now. Like, the idea of talking about remakes and genres and cliches and stereotypes and archetypes. And it's like, fuck, man, we are really seeing, it's like Last Action Hero could pretty much be mocking all of the films that have come out recently.
Right.
Like when it comes to the high budget, like remakes and reboots. And
well, I also look at
franchises.
because you brought it up.
It's just funny.
I don't want to dive into this show at this exact second for this episode of the podcast. Maybe a bonus or some shit. But the same thing could be said, like how you said, like, you know, they were making fun of the genre that was very popular and prominent in the 90s was action drama.
Yeah.
Action drama. Sorry, I hiccuped a little bit. So nowadays though, we do have something relative like that. And The Boys is super, you know, combative with the comic book genre. Even though it is based on a comic book, it is still kind of like a self-awareness type of meta type show, I feel, for the rest of the comic book stuff, especially with the second season has even shown like pitches for comic book movies. They fucking make fun of Dawn of Justice, I think it was.
Well, the whole the 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing is I think it's a good show. I
definitely want to talk to you about it for sure.
Yeah. I like a lot of the stuff they're doing. They are very self-aware, but I think this is one of those shows that might be better in 5 or 10 years. Because it's so fucking self-aware and so meta.
Yeah.
The escapism is there because of the high vitality of superheroes and everything that's going on, but it's really on the nose with things that are going on right now and using actual people that are in. That's why, again, like I think Last Action Hero is funnier now and more poignant than
I think with
back then when I watched it.
Also, too, what like now is we've lived through all those action movies. We've seen the campiest of campy from those 90s action movies. So it's even more funny when you do go back and watch a Last Action Hero. That's a great movie too. I love watching that movie. I'm never gonna say I don't like that movie. I actually have all the action figures still sealed in package from that movie. But with The Boys, like you said, like 5 years, you got like not just because the comic book thing is so big right now in mainstream media. Yeah, it's good for it to be out. But you take all these kids that are like loving the Marvel movies right now. In 5-10 years, they go back and watch The Boys. They're going to get every single referential bullshit in there to that. It's going to be even better for them.
But don't even think about it that way. It's not even just superheroes. Think about the way how meta they are about corruption. Business. And
they did some stuff already in this season that we can talk about later down the road. But I was like, dude, they shot this before this shit like spotted off now. So they were already doing a social commentary onto the issues at hand without all the press of it, you know?
Well, like Stormfront's from Portland and she's using Instagram and they're having like military like ideals and the idea of big business getting into the military and vice versa. And corruption and seedy underhanded assassin stuff. And, the idea of just using media and marketing as a weapon.
They did basically what, you know, Marvel should have done with Hydra, but you know.
Well, I'm just talking about the social commentary that they have is so on the nose right now that it can be a little bit hard to not call it woke or something like that. But I think they do a really good job of the superhero elements being really more in the forefront rather than the actual social commentary. But I think it's so on the nose. I think it's going to age better because it's going to be like, man, that's what our society was like for a really strong amount of time. Because right now, I'd say idea of meme culture and using Twitter and media as almost a weapon. Yeah, we're almost in like the age of like almost 3 to 5 years of that now.
Yeah.
You know?
Even using like, I know the term woke gets used like derogatory nowadays and stuff. Or like as a shame type shit. Yeah.
Well, I think it always was the point. Yeah.
Like they're doing it just for the views and stuff. But like, I feel at some point, like comic books have always done social commentary.
Yeah.
Like, so for them to just be like, oh, they're doing this because no, like comic books have always done shit like that. Now, don't get me wrong, there are issues that I've seen, like not issues of comic books, but issues in movies or TV shows where you can tell that
look,
they're
here's
really
the
pushing. But
how about well, here's
like,
the difference.
Here's the
difference.
I'll say what the difference.
No, here's
no. Here, listen to me. I got something for you. No. Wait, listen. No.
All right, let's see. Shh. Now, come on. What you got?
Okay. Well, I'll just go with the basic one. Everyone knows it. X-Men. The social commentary on that.
Yeah.
You know, for the civil rights movement. But in the comics, they use mutants. That's the basic, easy one. You don't have to put it right out on Front Street and be like, you know, what exactly you're talking about. You can hide it. That's the whole point of the stories. Like, that's the reason they did it like that, is because they wanted it to make it entertaining but still tackle the issues at hand.
Yeah, and then there's the difference though, is that they used a metaphor with mutants being another race or gender or anything. Mutants can microcosm anything at that point. The problem is with the boys, you have something literally like having discussions on, well, we needed all 3 women here. We needed to be more diverse. We needed to do, and you literally have Storefront going, 2 people, well, what's it matter if your superhero has a dick or a vagina? Or a dick or a vag is literally the dialogue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I laughed at that part too.
But that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
No, but it's funny. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying there's hitting you over the head with it. And
although they are replacing they are replacing the black guy with the white guy that can run faster. Kind of racist.
Oh, but then also Stormfront, it was gender bent, and nobody has and people like Stormfront as
was that
Stormfront
supposed to be a dude?
He was like a neo-Nazi.
Okay.
He was like a literal Nazi in the like
Stormfront's the new one they're bringing in, right? That new chick.
The chick. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've heard they've changed a lot for the better, of course, for the show. So.
Well, they've changed a lot of characters, and that's why I'm curious to see where it goes.
Umbrella Academy's done the same thing too. They've gone far off the books as well.
But again, I'm just saying, I think the boys are good.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna age better. I think.
Why it's got to be called the boys? Why can't it be called the people?
But like you were saying, like with the idea of the MCU and shit like that, like that is this weird thing of something that was never tried before. This idea of taking a whole bunch of people and knowing they were all going to come together at some point. Versus like, you know, we did a mashup of Scooby-Doo and the Flintstones a few years later because we were bored. Or like, here's a better example: the idea of that we made the Expendables 10 years, 20, 30 years later, as something kind of like a meta joke. Like these are, but they're not all playing, they're not Rambo and,
it wasn't like a mashup of 90s action heroes. Which that would be awesome, by the way.
But here's the thing. Would it have been as cool to do that back in 95 when they were all like still relatively prolific?
But who would have Arnold been? I guess the guy from Predator, maybe.
Yeah, he could have been Dutch. Have like Dutch meet Danny Glover's character in Predator 2, and then have Rambo show up, and then Rambo had to fight, whoever Dolph Lundgren's big guy was at the time. You know what I mean? But or literally have made a movie called The Expendables and have it come out in 1996 while they were all still Van Damme, and have them all.
I think the whole point of that is they're just expendable, not only as people in the movie, but they're also expendable as action stars nowadays.
Well, not
it's
only
kind of
that,
like their meta thing.
But it's all these action. Well, just more the idea that it's all these guys who've played characters that were deemed expendable in tons and
other
tons
movies,
and tons of movies. And then you have the newer generation kind of coming in and helping too.
Which they did that in the third one. They didn't do that until the third one.
Yeah.
Which I thought was horseshit. I was like, I don't want to see these people. Fucking Ronda Rousey play. I don't want to see her playing there.
The second one, for the most part, was okay, but the first one's fine. I like the first one. But like, again, would it be as fun? Would it have the nuance that it has now that we're watching it, in our time rather than back
Right.
when they were all still big heavy hitters.
Right. It was mainly for people that watched them at that time frame, and that's it. Like a lot of people that are going to go out there and watch them, they'll be like, "Oh, they're just washed up people trying to make a movie." You know, that's what they're going to think. That's what
fun.
they thought, actually. So,
yeah. But then you watch it, and it's like, oh, it's self-aware, and they kind of get it, and they're all kind of in on the joke.
Fucking, they bring Wesley Snipes in. They be like, "What did you get arrested for? Tax evasion."
Right?
Awesome.
They were very self-aware, so it makes it fun. But no, and I think that's why The Boys could be more fun because it's self-aware of the idea of like using marketing and imagery for nefarious, underhanded reasons.
Yeah,
and
I can see that.
It's kind of a timeless story, but it has this skin on it.
Yeah,
that I think is gonna be so well known as a staple in films that in 10 years from now, this is going to be this really cool time capsule. And you're like, man, they really knew what they were making when they made it at the time.
Well, I definitely want to dive into it.
Yeah.
One of these times because episode 5 comes out this week.
Yes.
I believe. Do we know how many episodes there are? Are there going to be like 10? I'm
assuming
guessing
it's going to be 8.
8. Okay.
I assume it's going to be about 8 because I think last season was like 7 or 8.
Okay.
So
I definitely want to jump on that, especially before it ends completely, so that we can do some stuff throughout.
Because it would be fun to because I don't want to talk about like all 8 in one cast. Otherwise,
right.
A fucking Avengers Endgame kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Where it's like a 5-hour fucking podcast.
Because then you also have to reference like the first season too.
Oh,
with
no
some
joke,
of the
dude.
Stuff, so.
No joke. I have a full page and a half of notes for just the first episode.
Yeah.
Of things.
How many times did you watch it?
I've seen the first 2 episodes twice.
Okay.
And the other 3 and 4.
See, that's another thing. I want to go back and rewatch them because.
When the final episode comes out, I want to watch the whole season.
Yeah.
Because this, man.
I like the show. Okay, so too bad Tivis isn't here because I texted him something about it. I was like, John's gonna get pissed off, or not pissed off, but John's gonna get riled up from me saying it. So I like The Boys. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I think it's great TV. I think it's better than most of the comic book shows I've seen. I would say.
Here comes the butt.
Tub.
Subverted my expectation. Damn you.
However, and I do think it's better than Umbrella Academy, people. Don't get me wrong.
Either you gotta back up or you gotta turn your fucking gain down, dude. You are.
Oh, my bad.
You're beating
Here we go. There we go. All right, so I do think it's better than Umbrella Academy for sure. Although I do find more.
I haven't seen season 2, so I don't know.
Yeah, Klaus is still my favorite fucking character. Klaus and
Klaus.
Yeah, Klaus is just the best.
I like Klaus and Hazel.
Yeah, Hazel's only in one episode in the second season for like 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes.
Boo! Throws popcorn.
Not even 5 minutes, probably like 3 minutes. Anyways,
double boo, triple boo.
However, I do find Umbrella Academy to be one of those shows that. I guess it's not a bad thing for The Boys now that I'm thinking about it. Now I'm saying it. But I do find Umbrella Academy to be that show that it's like, gimme. I want to watch the next episode right after it. Yeah. Whereas The Boys, I don't feel like I need to watch the next one right away. But that might not be a detriment to the show now that I'm thinking about it. Now I'm saying it out loud. It might actually be good because then I can sit back and think about what I just watched rather than diving into the next episode. I don't need to dive into it.
I will tell you right now because it's funny the way you say that because the release schedule people are fucking pissy about.
I'm not now.
They did only 3 episodes. They only did 3 and then waited a week and now they did 3 and then they're going to go weekly until the end.
Yeah.
So essentially 4 came out in a matter of 2 weeks. Yeah. And I will make the argument the other 3, the first 3 end with cliffhangers where you're like, "Oh, I want to watch the next one."
Right.
I want to do that.
We still did it one at a time, actually, when we watched them.
I did 1 and 2 together, and then I waited.
Right.
Or no, I watched 1, and then I did 2 and 3 back to back.
Okay.
And then I watched the 4th one. But that 4th one, man, the way that ends, something really gnarly happens.
Yeah.
And then all the sound just drops out, and it's just credits, and you hear like the crackling of a campfire kind of thing because he's in like a cabin, and it's really eerie. And it's like, I will tell people right now, I go, you just watch something really, really uncomfortable and really, really weird happen. And when this huge moment happens, and it's not even that huge of a moment if you really think about it, but the way they shot it and the way it was acted out is so fucking intense and well done.
No, I remember because as soon as the episode ended, I texted you. I was like, dude, fucking episode 4.
And that's where you go. And I remember I was watching it, and when it cut to credits, I just sat through the entire credits, just fucking like mouth agape, dead silent, just what just happened? What? And just like, and I'm sitting there just in awe and going, I just needed to sit on it. It kind of reminds me of a spoiler for Game of Thrones. The moment when fucking Jaime gets his hand cut off.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how far you got into fucking Game of Thrones.
I only watched the first season, but I understand what you're talking about.
Well, there's this really gnarly scene where it's just all of a sudden his fucking hand, somebody puts a fucking blade right through his hand.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the fuck? And then hard cut to this like rock song, and it's so jarring. But as soon as it ends, like the credits are over, you're like, what? You just sit there for like a minute going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And the episode 4 had that I'm like, I want to sit on it for a week.
Right.
And as soon as it was done, I want to rewatch the first 3 episodes just to that point and go, how the fuck did we get here?
Right.
What just happened?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm at the point where I'm like, give me the last couple episodes and let me binge it.
When we talk about the first episode later, I'll bring it up again. But the first episode, something happens in it that, like, I mean, if you've watched The Boys now already, like, it's not like, oh my God, that just happened type thing. But something happens in the first episode, and we sit down to watch the second episode, and like the next day, and I had to remind Nikki what the fuck happened to the person in the first episode to why they were, deceased, I will say.
Yeah.
She was just like, what do you mean? What happened? Like, what? I was just like, do you not remember? Did you not watch this show? Like,
yeah,
for
when
real?
she shows up, I had to sit there and go, wait, what? No, you're dead. What?
Yeah.
But in this kind of show, you go, there are a myriad of reasons why she could not be dead. It could be a different version.
Oh, yeah, we guessed it instantly. I was like...
Well, when the reveal... and then, again, I'll try to stay vague because I'm talking specifically. But when it happened, I go, how the fuck did that never come to mind? I didn't even think about it because it's set up in the first season.
Yeah.
Didn't even... Because I was so enthralled with the back and forth. Mm-hmm. With the person in that. And you have to remember, even though this person is acting like the character, they still have to play the character.
Yeah.
Quote unquote. It's a meta thing.
Yeah.
But the acting in the back and forth is so solid. It's like
there was only 2 options that I threw out, and the first option I had thrown out the first time was what it was. So I was like, awesome.
Oh, see, I went clone or hallucination. He's going insane.
I went what it was or robot.
Ah, yeah. I see.
So
robot missed me. I was like, they haven't really done anything with robot.
And the only thing I really said robot is because I had just come off of Umbrella Academy, which had the robot mom and shit.
Gotcha.
Which they actually dive into the mom more in the second season. A little bit more. I've heard very mixed things, more towards the negative side on season 2. So I'm a little hesitant to watch. As far as the story goes, as far as that goes, it is not as great as the first season. And it doesn't have as many off stories as the first season does. Like, as many little stories as the first season, but it still does have a bunch of little ones, and then one big overarching story, of course. They stay with their formula. But yeah, I mean, if it's only 10 episodes, I think it was, or 8 episodes for second season. Like, so it's a sweet, like, easy breeze right through it. We did it in a week. I think we did 2 episodes a day. So yeah, it's 10 episodes. But yeah, definitely check that one out if you have time. I am looking forward to the next episode of The Boys, though, and I'm now that I think about it, now that I've said it out loud too, I don't think it's a detriment that I don't have to rush to the next episode for that show.
I
which is good.
I like sitting on it. And like so much happens in each episode.
Right. And it's not like I don't want to rush to it because I didn't feel like I didn't get, what I needed from that first episode or second or third episode. It's like I just don't feel the need to jump into it because I want to think about what I just watched. Unlike so Umbrella Academy, it's like I just needed more story.
So far, 100%. I think first episode's best. I love the reintroduction. I think it's solid.
I'll have to rewatch it. I will have to rewatch it before we talk about it, especially.
Yeah. I really like the first one.
But I think we've gone a very long time, especially with our kick out. So I'm going to quote a book/movie.
Oh, snap.
I'm not sure if it's exact in the book as they did it in the movie, but it is from our man Robin Williams.
That dude!
As John Keating.
Hey, shout out
from
to the Johns.
Dead Poets Society.
Oh, man.
This is a longer one. Jeez. But it does go along with kind of like what I was talking about with our passion for the media and stuff like that, and why we like what we like, I guess. We didn't really get into why we like what we like, but anyways.
We're on theme.
Anyways, guys.
I think
Dead Poets Society, 1989 film. Go watch it if you haven't. Read the book if you haven't. I don't have that book. Damn. Anyways. Thank you, John, for coming back on with me, even though we had technical difficulties today.
Boy.
All right.
Quick
John
answer.
Keating.
Quick answer. Movies inspire and make me think. There you go.
Boom. Movies inspire, make me think, and give me friends to have in my head.
Gay. Fucking gay.
It gives me that one place I can go when my family's being crazy and I don't want to listen.
Oh, man.
All right. John Keating. We don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race. And the human race is filled with passion and medicine, law, business, engineering. These are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, and love, these are what we stay alive for.
It's what sustains the soul. Yeah. Later, nerds.
Nerds.
Kermit the Frog here.
You just finished another great episode of Operation Babble. You can catch every episode of Operation Babble on all your audio streaming services, including SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, and more. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Operation Babble, and join the conversation today by searching for the Operation Babble group on Facebook. Links also in the description. Don't forget to find Myke on all social platforms, including YouTube, by searching Myke Shrews, MYKESHREWS. You can find John on Instagram and YouTube via Bald Man Bad. Thanks and have a great day.